I don't want to set the world on fire.
Please welcome Tom Montgomery.
In your heart.
I'm here, and
In
the white
my
privileges
heart,
have been
I
to
have
save you
but
tonight, okay, guys?
one desire, and that one is you. No other will do. I've lost all ambition for worldly acclaim.
Any government is to monopolize as much violence as possible in order for it to inflict it on as many citizens as possible.
I've been on this like weird anarchist arc for a few months now. This is playing by their rules, exactly how they are.
Me. I don't want to set the world on fire. I just want to start a flame.
You're watching the Dog and Chicken Show. Like, share, subscribe.
That's right. It's time for the Dog and Chicken Show.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long time to see that intro. Man, that soy milk makes my heart pound and bleed. Oh,
and you fumble right out the gate. It's almond milk.
Oh, yeah, it was almond
Even
milk.
worse. Yuck.
Yeah. Well, lately been a soy boy there, Tony, so maybe it fit.
Speak
anyway,
for yourself.
Yeah. I am Dr. Chicken, 10-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, returning for another live. I'm excited. And of course, to my left, the man, the myth, the legend, man who makes cowboy hats sexy again, Mr. What's Aviators, Brandon? What do you guys call him?
Captain Aviators.
Captain Aviator.
It is I, the 17-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, non-chip filtered, quadruple distilled, your blendmaster ceremonies himself, Tony fucking G, and we are back here for the first time in a long time, and it's going to be a good time. The Dog and Chicken Show live, episode 208. It has been a hot, scorching hot minute since we've done this, but we're back again, and Captain Aviators is here. Fear not. Let's do it.
Okay, and then and
I can keep going.
We're rusty. It's been a while, and of course, the one, the only.
It is I, folks, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, the prince and potentate of the political parlance, one handsome man, if I do say so myself. You can find me, Phil K-O-E, at KOE Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter. That is K as in King, O as in oh my goodness. You can find KOE Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter, and E as in I am extremely happy to know that I can find KOE Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter. I am here on what is now the most important episode of Big Buckin' Empire of all time. Due to my presence alone, we are here to get into the topics of the day. Folks, it is I, Phil KOE, lover of Christ and lover of creation extraordinaire, here to serve you beautiful people tonight everything that you deserve. And with that, I yield back to you, beautiful people.
Yeah, loving the Maduro stash. Yes, indeed. And of course, from Dad's Worldwide, Intergalactic, International, all that said.
Intercontinental.
Brendan.
All of those. Yes, I am Brendan, host of Dad's Worldwide, and groupie for a Big Buckin' Empire. Love these guys, so thanks for having me.
Awesome. And a new face for the Big Buckin' Empire. Gravity Beard production. Like, I remember I asked you about that. We'll get into that later. Anyway, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
I don't have an introduction. I was going to have Tony do mine because this is so good.
Oh, okay. I got this. Let's see.
You're going to do improv. Sweet.
Your name is changed to Toph. Okay, it's different, but Let me work with this. All right.
That's what threw me off. I was like,
1970s show of Topher Grace. Has there ever been a more important Toph? But right here, for the first time ever, from Gravity Beards, the most important man in podcasting, who's got more ideas than maybe anybody else I've ever come across on the internet, Mr. Chris Green.
Beautiful.
Chris. Nice.
Thank you, Phil.
Nice. And actually,
Phil, we love your lighting, apparently.
Oh, they love my lighting. I just turned the top light off and I just got my studio lights on because, you know, I've got like super duper fancy studio lighting because I'm just like so awesome and stuff. And so I got just that going. And people are also digging the mustache. It's one of those things. I'm not really a big fan of the mustache, but the wife likes it, so it stays. Life lesson for you gentlemen.
Yeah. No, last time I had a mustache, my wife just laughed at me. I was like, okay.
She wasn't.
I kept it for like 6 hours, but every time I'd walk by, she'd just start giggling. Like, I was like, okay, I'm fucking shaving it.
Any picture you sent of that mustache, I'm pretty sure I still have saved. So I remember it fondly.
I thought it looked all right.
I had a mustache for my academy graduation photo.
Nice.
And yeah. My wife met me at the airport. She just started laughing. She's like, "Oh my god,
I haven't seen you in so what in the hell?
You got something on your lip there." Yeah.
Hey, Chicken, I wasn't lucky enough to see your mustache at the time because we didn't know each other. Will you please
I can change that?
Will you, yes. Will you please tell us what celebrity best describes the style of mustache you had at the time?
Ooh. Rod Farva and Super Troopers.
No. That's Phil. Phil is definitely Officer Farva.
Honestly,
here's the thing. I was going for the Sam Elliott, and I ended up with the Tom Selleck. It's not exactly where I wanted to land. It's.
I don't know. I did look too much like a cop. I don't know which celebrity, but it did kind of look too much like a cop. And sorry, law enforcement folks out there, I'm not always a big fan of the police, especially in the last.
The last time I got my hair cut, I walked out of there looking like, "Hi, the name's Joe, not a cop. Does anybody know about crimes? I love hearing about crimes." Like,
yeah, I definitely looked
like the
worst
undercover there ever was. Yes, I am, Tyler.
No 911. The Garcia, the one with the gray.
Yeah,
it was like not pencil thin, but almost.
Like John Waters thin?
What?
Like John Waters thin?
I don't know what that means.
You don't know who John Waters is?
Nope.
All right.
I got it.
Tony knows who John Waters is.
Yeah, it cracked me up.
Thank you, Tony.
I have to look that up.
So I guess, and hello, Grow the Farm Up.
Hey, what's up?
Long time.
Oh, and we got Skinner in the chat too.
Oh yeah, because Tyler's in the crowd. We got to do the.
There's got to be somebody in the audience that knows who John Waters is. That's not an obscure reference.
Do I have to look this up? Why don't I know who John Waters is? Now I'm
You
disappointed.
do. You just don't know the name.
He's only
I suck with names.
Yeah.
I can't even read names half the times. Holy shit. Yep. Okay, I know what you mean now.
Yeah. I'd like to...
my god.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The John Waters mustache.
Fuck,
It's a
still alive.
on
the
wheel
Hollywood stash.
It's a famous mustache.
It is.
You know, there's a lot of famous mustaches out there. We don't have to talk about all of them. Might get us in trouble.
I think we've already
YouTube will
covered enough.
actually demonetize you for talking about some famous mustaches.
Yeah. We're not going to go all Kanye tonight.
Grow the Farm Up goes, Phil is on the most important broadcast in history on the Bad Mustache Competition Month. Timing.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Well, folks, it's
jealous
been
of my
been
Tom Selleck stash. That's all.
For the viewers out there, it is a little bit different of a live stream. We're not doing get all of us shit-faced drunk by the end of the show. We're going to try to keep our faculty, still have some fun on the show, still talk some shit. I would love to make Phil drink, but That's not on the menu tonight.
I was going to say, we're going to see how this one goes and kind of dip our toes back in. And I don't think we're going to be doing this on a weekly basis, folks. So we're going to try to keep it a little more special than that. But it's going to depend on the news, what's happening in the world, and mostly our scheduling. But moving forward, yeah, we're going to try to do this a little more regularly. And I wish I could give you a night and time specifically, but I can't. We're just testing this out. But a fun tidbit I was going to mention, the last time, episode 207, can you guess when it aired?
Well, the last time something big happened in the news that deserved our attention.
Election. It was the election.
Well, no, that was on Hazard Analysis. Episode 207 of the Dog and Chicken Show. It aired May 4th, 2024. And I'm looking at the thumbnail, and it's got an alien invasion. It's got a trans flag. It's got Joe Rogan and Tucker Carlson.
Nice.
It's got what's the hot chick's name in the pool from Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
I was about to say, like,
I don't know, but I got her pictured in my head.
I don't know why.
My favorite thing.
Yeah, I don't know why she's on the thumbnail, but there you go.
Phoebe Cates.
Aliens.
Yes, Phoebe Cates.
Yeah, I love it. Oh, good.
So, yeah, I don't know if you can see it. Probably not great.
Hey Tony,
well.
can I pull the curtain back on something?
You can. That's what we do here.
So just to establish a little more context and reason for why we're doing it tonight. So I'm gonna do the same thing I did on a recent episode of Dads Worldwide. I'm gonna apologize to the audience because really what we've done is we have horribly deprived you, because the group of men that you see on the screen, we have a chat group, and we've had many heated conversations.
There's been a lot of news.
Hold on. Phil and Tony have had many heated conversations.
This is true. This is true.
Fair.
Well, let's not act like everybody.
The rest of us have had pretty
or
respectable and smart ass conversations.
Okay, so
Aren't
all
you,
of us
Mr.
went up on
High-Horse?
Phil on a number of occasions. That happened, but it's not because he didn't deserve it. But the point that I'm making is the reason we're finally having this live stream is because we've had so many, regardless of who was involved or not involved, we've had so many heated conversations, debates, whatever word you want to put to it, in that chat, that we all kind of demanded a live stream. But then we were all blaming each other for why we weren't having a live stream. Now, to be fair, most of it was scheduling. And by scheduling, I mean Chicken had to constantly go hunting and wasn't available for the live stream.
The season did end, though.
All the rest of us were available. We were constantly throwing out times, and Chicken kept saying, "I'd love to be there, but I have to go hunting." And we didn't want to do this without him.
He was hunting for cock. Don't leave out that detail.
Yes, audience.
I slayed some cock, bro.
You've missed a lot of good content on the chat, which is the real point for all of us getting together is to do this here, not on a chat. So finally, we all forced each other to be here.
Tom Selleck doesn't drink. I didn't know
Just
that.
like Trump. Trump doesn't.
That is
drink.
surprising.
So we're going to deprive you no longer. And we're going
The victory of the temperance movement was the last two presidents.
This is true.
Biden,
Lynn
Trump.
is the only one that did not stop paying his $5 a month.
Wow. Where is that money even going?
Hungry and needy children.
It sits in our Facebook account.
It's in a Somali game right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Somalis
Yep,
took
you
it.
beat me to it.
Yeah, dang it.
Damn Somali.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I opened a daycare.
Child that doesn't exist. Thanks you, Skinner.
Yeah. I was going to say, and that was kind of what I was referencing earlier. I didn't mention. I'm like, as we dip our toes back into this live stream thing and get back into the groove a bit and do it a little more regular, not as regular as we were before. Again, I want to reiterate, but maybe we can kind of niche out I know we already have one that we do yearly anyway, where there's a lot of drinking that happens, but if we can get to a point, maybe after tax time, because that usually seems to be when people are careless with their money. Maybe we can have a night where you can give us shots, and that'll be it. That's the whole show. You just have your way with us, and yeah. Maybe if you want to throw away your tax return, you can make Phil drink a bottle of gin.
Wait a minute. What? I thought we were retiring the gin gimmick, guys. That was
we are on.
I don't think you can retire it necessarily.
Not completely. just, I mean, semi-retirement. It moved to Florida, but it still comes back on the weekends.
So it's like the Undertaker. It comes once a year.
Right, pretty much.
Santa
but
Claus.
yeah, I was thinking like maybe here in a while we'll touch on a drink show where we can all have a horrible time with that.
Well, the one exception is always the Andre the Giant Memorial.
That's
get
different.
Together. That's always different. And Chris, you better be there for that.
Yeah, Chris, a big drinker, loves his beer.
Well, that's what makes it even funnier. Tony, you know how much I love my beer. Not at all.
I love drinking and wrestling, so I'll be there.
Yeah. You love neither of those things, but
what?
I almost believed you. I just want to point out that the last 2 years of the Andre Memorial Show, I have carried the show on my back for roughly 11 hours worth of show, and drinking my body weight, I think, in beer. So
yeah. 2 years ago, I still held my own on drinking, but last year, no, I didn't even come close to my old stuff.
Ugh. I didn't think I would be able to last year. Yeah, I guess last year already, but I did, and it hurt. So
yeah,
you're welcome.
Last
now, address the elephant in the room that Chris has talked about, folks, without getting meta and talking about the conversation. All you need to know is that in our private chat, Tony and I did the Bret Hart Stone Cold double turn where I went from heel to babyface and Tony went from babyface to heel. And that's exactly how it happened. And so that's all you really need to know.
Anybody you want to weigh in on that?
That's not exactly how I remember it.
Yeah.
Well, okay, you might have been sitting in a different seat. You might not have seen the intricacies of it.
You were behind.
I couldn't afford good tickets, so they were obstructed view, but I just don't remember going down that way.
I don't remember exactly what the argument was, but I remember when it started, Tony was arguing with Phil about something very specific. And
it was about Phil.
And then Phil all of a sudden goes, "Do you not know the difference between these two words?"
Okay,
and then would not talk to Tony about anything until Tony talked about what those two words were. And I was like, holy fucking deflection.
So, if I may, it mattered because I was being told that I was ascribing motive, and I had some sort of motive when I was only giving descriptive statements. I was saying, this is how it likely is, not this is how I think it should be. And so when I was getting the shoulds ascribed to me, I was like, no, I need you to tell me what's the difference between descriptive and prescriptive. And the reason I do that is because you make people in a conversation agree on a fact.
Jesus.
If you can't agree on a fact, whatever that fact might be, like, all right, here's a go. Tony.
God damn it, chicken.
Well, like, all right, Tony, is the sky blue? Yes or no?
Nope.
No. Okay. See, we can't even agree on a fact there. There's really nowhere for the conversation to go. And so that's why when you make people agree on a fact, it lets you know if there can be profit in the conversation. And so when you need to be able to tell me, do you know what the difference between descriptive and prescriptive was? Because otherwise, you're ascribing motives to me.
I don't know why you went there.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry.
You said not to go meta, and then you went meta.
I didn't have to go meta.
Well, Chris said let's not go meta, and then Chicken went meta.
That's why I just said we just did the Stone Cold Steve Austin Bret Hart double turn where I went from heel to face and you went from face to heel. That's basically
right. And you also said at the top of that you were offended that I was insinuating that you had motive about the things you were saying. Does anybody believe Phil doesn't have motive when he says anything?
I don't know. I think you both were being extremely racist through the whole thing.
Oh, both of us? Well, okay. Well, that's the end of the whole conversation. Chicken just accused us of racism. We can't do anything anymore, T. We've been canceled.
There you go. I win.
And
no, this isn't 2018 anymore, Chicken.
Tony and Steve are so happy together that they're thinking about nuptials.
Happy together.
It's gonna happen.
Steve was really disappointed.
It's wonderful.
He
doesn't have to be.
He was seeing his one chance slip between his fingers like sand. It was
still on the table.
Yeah. Steve, you'll continue to be disappointed because Tony's mine.
See, this is what I wanted. I wanted a fight. This is what the next episode 209 is going to be: the Dog and Chicken Show Bachelor Edition.
Tables and chairs match between Dr. Chick and Eve.
I'm going to go get some sunflowers from Kansas. I feel that'll be more appropriate. I'll hand those out instead of roses.
The Big Bucket Empire Love Boat.
Or wait, hang on. Maybe not sunflowers. Phil, are you allergic to any flowers?
Not that I know of.
Yeah,
those are the ones you're going to want to get. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tony's been having nothing but love for me lately. It's been wonderful. It's been wonderful.
So it's been a long time again, and it's a new year, and I don't know if you guys did this on any other shows, but you would if
you'd listen, but whatever.
Well, I haven't listened to anything in the last week. I'm sorry, but so it's a new year, so you gotta mention if you had any. Phil needs to sing a song of Tony. Okay,
I can agree to that.
Tony's choice.
I'll think on that.
That's good. Get good. Anyway, so any New Year's resolutions or weird things that have happened so far? I'll start with the weird thing that it was super. I didn't make a New Year's resolution. I think New Year's is just as dumb as today being the 5th a year ago. It's dumb. We just celebrate it because it's 1/1. It means fucking nothing to me. Anyway, that aside, so I usually don't make resolutions or really give a shit about any of that. But since the new year, a guy I knew from my old hometown passed away, and I've lost connection with him for 20 years. But it was oh shit, man! I wish I would have known. I would have tried to, maybe he had cancer, and that sucks. And wish I could have reached out or tried to be a part of that guy's life. Then another buddy of mine gets fucking murdered in Vancouver.
Good God.
And gunned down in front of a bar. And I was I haven't seen him in 25 years. And that was intentional because the dude was he was one of those thugs that never stopped being a thug. That he was kind of the rich, he grew up in his grandparents' rich house, but he was a thug. It was weird, but he was he was kind of a fun guy to hang out with. But yeah, it was you're going down a lifestyle I don't want to be in. Well, he kind of died in that lifestyle, unfortunately. But yeah, it was fucked up. He got gunned down talking shit about Nebraska football. Some other guy was, and he's in Vancouver of all fucking places. So
wait,
yeah,
he got gunned down talking about football
in Vancouver.
Yeah, some guy was talking shit about Husker football when he walked out of the bar. And then they confronted each other outside the bar. The dude just pulled out a fucking gun and blasted his ass. Fucked up. Really fucked up.
Wow. Like I always say, love your family like your sports. If your sports will get you to the point of pulling a piece on somebody, I think you're maybe a little too into it. It's good God. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. So any New Year's resolutions, Chicken?
It's just it kind of made me sit there and think of oh man, I wish I would have reconnected with that guy. And then on the juxtaposition there, I was the dude that got gunned down, I never had a desire to really get back in touch with him because he'd never really changed or grown up. And it was kind of weird to kind of reflect on two people from the same kind of period in your life. And you're shit, I wish I would have talked to that guy more. And sucks that I didn't talk to him, but he never changed either. So I don't know. When you start getting older and all these people from your childhood start dying, and you're this is weird. The weird feelings about people sometimes, because I would sit down with either of them and drink a beer anytime, but I wouldn't party with one because he would probably get me in trouble, and the other one, now I wish I could have had a couple more beers with him before he went. It's kind of
the one thing that I would advise there is, with anybody, whether it be yourself or anyone else, your in and out box is not going to be empty when you die. It's not going to be yep, I got every conversation with Tony out of the way that I possibly wanted. We don't need a single one more. We're totally good. That in out box isn't going to be empty when you die. There's always going to be that.
And the last thing, a local guy, I just saw the news story today. A local guy in my little town, which no news happens here, got arrested for bestiality. He was on meth, and
you didn't need to say that. We knew.
Okay, hang on. How old is he, and what animal?
48 dog.
Oh,
Okay, I guess. See, that could have been weirder.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it was his wife or ex-wife or ongoing, offgoing wife, girlfriend that like talked him into letting her record it, and then she gave it to the police.
oh my God!
You don't record it.
Yeah, that's what he did wrong, T.
Tony's
That
like,
was-
listen to my advice.
If
It
he's
is.
been arrested, I mean, does that mean he's been warned several times before?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
I
isn't
would
the first
hope
time.
this was a first time cup
This
slap
wasn't
on.
a
I would
There's no
hope.
fucking
fan.
way it was a first time.
What
Now,
state? What state is this?
Oh, it's where I live.
South Dakota.
You
Oh
don't-
no!
you do
Oh
not
no!
Film it the
Oh, no.
first time. No.
No,
do not
you have
film
to
it
like.
the first time. Nobody
No,
is
you
filming
don't
it
film
the
it the first
first
time.
time.
You don't do it in front of somebody the first time.
Hey Tony, how many
Exactly.
times did you do it before you filmed it?
Oh yeah, you got to get comfortable. You got to do it like 5 or 6 times before you're comfortable sharing it or documenting it for sure. God,
You don't want it to look awkward.
Precious.
Well,
No, I mean,
Justin's
kinks are
explanation.
kinks, but you've got to dip your toes and ease into the water.
This is what happens when Tony's video gets leaked to the cops. Tony just goes, "This is AI. That's not me."
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't
Depends
do
on
it.
which animal. I'll own up to a few.
Anyway,
And
New
this
Year's
is the kind of
resolutions. Stop
content
that
you
shit.
Everybody have been missing here at the Dog and Chicken Show.
Yeah, this is the content, folks. So okay, so Tony, New Year's resolutions.
No more filming myself with. No, I didn't do any New Year's resolutions this year. Last year, I said, which I've done this a couple of times. I said no more energy drinks, and I cracked by June last year. So
What's your drug of choice?
I've got a few. I like strawberry peach and white monsters, the zero sugars, and I really like the cotton candy and the orange bangs. One of those 5
Bang,
would
bang.
be my choice. Love those. And I figured, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to set a New Year's goal because if I do that and I fail, it's going to suck. So I'm just going to go until I'm 40. And I've got till July 1st. So I'm just going to drink energy drinks until then. And then I think once I hit 40, I can just, maybe I'll feel better about, I better walk away from this because
Okay.
it's not good. It's not good for me.
Phil? Anything? Phil?
I sort of yes and no. I don't do a personal New Year's resolution. I haven't for many years because it's just kind of a silly ritual that has it's about as relevant as checking your horoscope in the newspaper. It's meaningless superstition. But in the new year
How
I
dare you.
have decided that, like, as a preacher, every time I get up and preach, I am going to preach as if after that day I will preach no more. This will be the last time I ever do, as if when I step off from behind the altar, the Lord is just taking me home that moment, and you will never hear another word from me. And that is how I'm
I
going
think that's
to
how
approach
you
the rest of the
approach
year.
podcasting too. You're like, I'm gonna podcast. Like, this is the last podcast I'm ever gonna podcast.
Well, something to keep in mind though, like, this is true for every time you go live, every time you put a video out, someone out there is seeing you for the first time, and someone out there is seeing you for the last time, and you make sure you make an impression no matter which one it is. And so that's the way I look at anything I ever put out, whether it be, but yeah, especially when I get up to preach, I'm going to preach as if after this very minute I will preach no more. And that is what I've decided to rededicate myself in the last few weeks.
So Phil, serious question on that, if you
Yes,
don't
sir.
mind. So describe the difference based on that new conviction. Describe the difference in your preaching before and now. How would we notice the difference?
I do what's called expository preaching, where you go through each verse of the Bible, verse by verse, and you explain what that means.
That's my favorite.
But to me, it was too much head, not enough heart. And now I'm putting more heart into it, and I'm letting the Holy Spirit take over at certain points, at the whole point. But you know what I mean? Like, there's times I'm not even looking at my notes. I'm just letting the Holy Spirit guide. And so that's what I mean by I'm just allowing myself to just be an instrument of the Holy Spirit.
Are you able to give maybe a small example of what you're talking about? Maybe something that's happened recently.
A couple of weeks ago, I mean, I hate to put it in such dry explanation, but a few weeks ago, at the end of my sermon, I just took time out and I looked right at my nephew Oliver, who had battled cancer. His father had passed away. That boy had been through a really tough road. And I just said, I am proud of you, but more importantly than that, the Lord is proud of you. You are here to witness your journey, your story to others. When people say silly things like, well, why does God allow young children to get ill? This is why. So you can go out and proclaim Jesus Christ. You were healed by his mighty hand, and you can now go out to the world and proclaim that to the people. Now, what I said that day was far more eloquent than anything I just said to you right now. But that was a moment where I just let go and let the Lord make me his instrument, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that's clear. That makes sense. Have you heard of the Bible Project?
I maybe in passing, but I'm not too familiar with it.
You guys know one named John Mackey and one named John Collins out of Portland, and they've got a project called the Bible Project where they.
Oh, yes. I've actually there's stuff on YouTube. I check it out quite regularly.
Yes. They've got a podcast. They've got YouTube. They cover all the platforms. They've got animated videos. It's a pretty good resource.
Oh yeah. I'm
not saying you need an additional resource. I'm just adding it to the conversation.
Actually, no, you are correct. Whenever I'm about to begin study on a new book of the Bible, I do reference that because they got like short little 8-minute YouTube clips that explains the whole book of the Bible, so you know what you're getting into. So it's actually a very, very good resource. I'd recommend anybody getting into that. But so Chicken, to answer your question, sir, that is what I have been changing in the last few weeks for me.
Very cool.
Right on.
Very cool.
Chris, go ahead. What's your New Year's resolution?
You know, I'm with you guys. I'm trying to think if I've ever made resolutions. I probably have. I've probably done resolutions a time or two. I don't generally do them. I didn't do them this year. If I had to do one on the spot right here, I would say I'm gonna spend this year recovering from last year because my last year was awful. It was really, really awful. And really the last 5 years since the fall of 2020 have been just one example of adversity after another. And I've just been in constant, just trying to recover and survive each version of adversity as I've gone through the last 5 years. So my life going forward after last year is going to look completely different than it did up to that point, which is saying a lot because I'm not an old man, but I'm not a young man. But, I'll be 52 this year. And
wow, I'm living wrong.
Yeah,
I just turned 40, dude, and I look like I'm 6 years older than you. I need to eat my Wheaties or something.
Well, I guess to put it in shorthand, and certainly terms that Phil would understand, I came as close over the last 5 years of having a Job experience as I could possibly have. So, without getting into too many details, I'm just looking to turn over a new leaf. I think I'm turning a corner. I think I'm recovering. I think things going forward will be better than they've been in the last few years. So my resolve is to continue to recover from my recent experiences.
Been completely broken down and made anew. That's when you can do the most good. That's when you can truly, and it, like I just actually said this in the sermon yesterday, it doesn't matter what season of your life you're in, you can still be his instrument. Even on your very deathbed, the Holy Spirit may use you as an instrument to save someone's soul. You never know. So,
well, I don't mind saying this. I've through these experiences, I've proven to be far more resilient than I ever thought I would or could be. And I've been through enough things in these last few years that it could have gone one or two very familiar directions. I could have just completely spiraled out of control, or I could have just done what I don't mind giving myself a little bit of credit. What I decided to do is not spiral out of control, but instead just stack one good decision on top of another until it got better. And so I think that's the only way that I've gotten through it. I will tell you, Phil, this is something I think you'll really appreciate. My faith wasn't in a bad place, but it's far, far stronger on the back end of this than it was on the way in.
As is often the case, it's first sanctification before justification, or it's first salvation before justification, then sanctification, then the effectual calling becomes made clear to you. But you got to be forged like a sword's forged in fire, and then you're a useful tool afterwards. But
Awesome.
Yeah, so tough stuff, but I think it's getting better, thankfully.
Well, wish you the best on that, buddy.
Thank you, sir.
Brendan? Oh, God. I wish Brendan would shut up. Jeez.
That's everything I've ever done with Brendan, by the way.
Fair.
Yeah, I don't really have anything specific. I didn't make anything like official, but I think most of all, probably just try to continue what I'm doing with my business and continue trying to be the most of all the best father and husband that I can be.
Well, it sounds like
avoid herpes
father
flare-ups,
to this one. He's been fucking looking for his dad.
I'm sorry, but until the paternity test comes back.
Hey, you know what? No, hang on. Justin, your New Year's resolution should be to do something with that episode we recorded with you.
Oh, he didn't post it yet?
No, I haven't seen it. He hadn't said a word about it since we did it.
Comedy gold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
All right.
I was there.
Yeah.
And Brendan.
We're plenty loosened up. 36 minutes in. Let's
I think we
get
got
into our first news topic du jour. Well, let's
all right, bestiality on camera revisited. Okay, getting back into it.
No.
Let's
we're not gonna do that. Let's not do that.
How about we not do that?
Let's go over to the beautiful state
of
a
clip.
Minnesota.
Yeah, I had
clips,
videos.
Tony, no clips, Tony.
No, you don't.
Hey, Tony, don't do that thing where you refuse to spin the wheel and you just choose your favorite topic.
Wow.
That's not cool, man.
Spin the wheel, make a deal.
All right, because this is what the real news story is, guys. NBC reports influencers descend on daycares across the U.S. after Minnesota fraud claims.
Oh, no!
There are clips of people knocking on the doors of daycare centers purportedly run by Somali immigrants are being viewed millions of times online. Critics call it harassment.
I mean,
a social media frenzy began in Minnesota.
Making sure that our tax dollars isn't being wasted is supposed to be a good thing. Remember?
Yeah.
NBC.
A social media frenzy that began in Minnesota over allegations of daycare fraud has rippled into the last at least 7 other states over the past week. A conservative journalist and right-wing influencers have embraced the idea that they should investigate state-subsidized child care centers, especially those run by local people of Somali descent. In the days since Christmas, conservative content creators have been showing up at daycare centers from Ohio to Washington State, recording videos of themselves trying to interview employees and expressing suspicion over whether the centers are legitimate businesses. Like Minnesota, Ohio, and Washington also have significant Somali populations. Hold on. What if, how many views did these videos get? Because a
lot.
Yeah.
The Minnesota one got a lot. I'm talking all these other ones that we're supposed to be freaked out about.
Oh,
probably not.
I haven't seen a single one of any of these supposed imitators.
Because nobody gives a shit. And 2, why would they do it? Oh, because maybe they were knocking on daycare center doors of places that had no kids, maybe misspelled signs, places that kind of seemed kind of scammy with blacked out windows, and maybe it was a warehouse that said it was a daycare.
Now, granted, what you will see with anything in social media is if one person gets hits doing literally anything, you will get copycats like late that night or early the next morning. So that's to be expected. But what I don't know if you guys have heard this, but in relation to this fraud in Minnesota, Tim Walz isn't running for re-election.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, that's
down?
the next news story we're going to talk about. But
Yeah.
Oh.
Hey,
Well, they all
if
tie
you
it.
said we were going to be rusty, chicken, Phil in true
Nope.
form has completely hurdled the story to get to the next one.
Hey.
Amazing.
he's like,
How's
that's
it
great,
Nothing
Phil.
is
You
not
just
efficient.
we just cut out 30 minutes of content. Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
thanks, Phil.
Hey, man, I'm nothing if not efficient.
He's here to help.
Well,
Yes.
yeah.
Aren't you glad you have me
Yeah.
all the time?
Anyway, so if you've been living under a rock, this YouTuber started going around with this other local guy. It wasn't new. Local news broadcasts have done this. This has been a story, and there's been fraud since COVID all over Minneapolis. Like, none of this was new. And then this video comes out because this YouTuber is I don't even know how right wing he is. I guess I never really watched a ton of his content. But anyway, he was right leaning enough to be accused to be MAGA. He's probably a Nazi and all kinds of stuff. But it was so freaky. So everybody, like, when Trump, this was the biggest takeaway I had from it. So he like goes to all these daycare centers, knocks on all these doors, and you get all this weird behavior, all the suspicious stuff. And it's obvious that like something's fucking wrong with these 10 different daycares he goes to. You know, maybe one's legit, but it seems like most of them aren't, or none of them are. And then you see the media immediately like unleash on this kid. And like the video he gave, sure, I'm sure some of it was out of context, and maybe there was some stuff he may have cut, but like it was pretty goddamn obvious that this was something was fucking up. And anybody that could fucking ring two pennies together could be like, yeah, this is fucking bullshit. I want my money back. But yet, like after Trump got elected, we were all like, woke's dead. The mainstream media lost. Oh no, they're still there. They're just waiting.
The revenge of the Sith. Yeah.
This kid, that's exactly what I was thinking. This kid got the revenge of the Sith. They fucking came at him hard. And now they're going after anybody else. Like, if you go take a video and post it on YouTube standing in front of a daycare, they're going to be like, why are you knocking on a daycare center? Well, like,
oh, that's been the most beautiful part of this is all of the bot accounts or the fake accounts or the paid influencers on the left that have been on top of this story, if you will, not even on top of it, just, hey, we need you to do the content on this. They have all been saying, no, this is really, and it's all over TikTok, bigger than shit. Oh, it's just so weird that some random creepy, PDF MAGA guy is just storming into daycares and demanding to see children. Obviously, there's something wrong with him, and he needs to be in jail for trying to assault minors and blah blah blah. And it's just clearly that mentality of
it's all a stretch.
One finger and three are right back at you, and that's what it is, and it's what it'll always be. And it's always going to be accuse them what you're guilty of, and that's what this is, because we can't just let it be fraud and go, okay, you know what? This is a bad thing. This is a bad deal. We don't like this. Everybody can agree on this, right? No, absolutely not. We've got to turn it into something it's not, because tribalism. So what's changed in the almost 2 years since we've done a live stream, folks? Not a fucking
nothing. Thanks, Trump.
Well, again, like always look at who in the end benefits. Is it the far left or the far right? The far left, including the socialists and the communists. There's a reason why this fraud in Minnesota and different places, the left is strangely silent and apologetic for it. And it's because in the end, the communists benefit. The communists win. The internationalists, the people that want to break down national sovereignty, the people that want to drain the very resources out of you. That's why I always say one of the most important movies for your children to see growing up is actually the Angry Birds movie, because it teaches that you need to be skeptical of the stated motivations of others. And if you let the wrong people live amongst you, they will literally consume and eat the next generation of the local population in the welfare and resources they'll consume. And so that's why you really need to watch movies like that, the Angry Birds movie. You wouldn't think that's the message, but watch it and you'll be like, okay.
I only played the game. I was like, what's the bluebird that turns into a bunch of little bluebirds think?
Oh
And
yeah.
the three main characters are actually the color of the German flag. So there's a lot of thick symbolism here. The modern German, it's
Hopefully it's better than the remake Angel's doing of Animal Farm. I heard
no.
I heard it's going to be really bad.
What?
Oh no.
What is happening?
They're remaking Animal Farm.
But it's the guys from Angel Studios, which they're like pretty conservative guys, but it sounds like they made it like more of a pro-commie message and anti-capitalist.
Well, of course. And in our modern era, every single movie or remake is like, well, the villain was actually just misunderstood. And really, they're the good guy. Like, even there, it doesn't matter. Like, quite a bit of media is now dedicated to the idea of, well, the villain was actually good all along and just misunderstood. And I'm really just waiting for Hollywood to just get over it, rip the mask off, and release their Yay Satan movie. Okay, it's coming eventually where Satan was just misunderstood. They want to get there.
Well, they don't make movies about Satan anymore because nothing's worse than Hitler. Hitler is Satan, so that's all they make movies about now. And so it's all about Nazis.
In a weird way, you are correct that in the secular mindset, Hitler has replaced Satan, Nazis has replaced demons, and fascism has replaced hell. Very much in their mind. Like, and here's a thought.
Even when they promote fascism, it's pretty wild.
But here's a thought experiment I want you to all think about, and this is how I can prove that over the last 100 years our morality has completely changed and shifted, and that my thesis that I just put forward is correct. Go to the downtown of any major city in the United States, and you say one of two phrases. If you either say that you were to love Satan, or if you were to say that you love Hitler, which one do you think would get you assaulted faster? And that's what I mean when I say that World War II literally changed what we consider moral in the West.
So, Brendan, Chris, what do you guys think about the Minneapolis scandal, as it were?
I heard it was Israel's fault. So,
at least,
is that what Candace Owens said?
No.
I've been waiting for Candace Owens to like tie this to TPUSA somehow.
I actually did hear someone tie it to Israel and Somaliland, which I thought was pretty a bit of a stretch, but I guess good luck with that.
Okay, to those people, it's sort of like that Jim Carrey movie, The Number 23. You're seeing 23
Dude, shut
everywhere.
Up. You have no idea how much I've been seeing 23 lately.
And so, I feel like in some corners of the conspiracy world, Israel's sort of the same. It doesn't matter where you go; it's just Israel all the way down. Like it's like
does certainly feel like that most of the time. The last couple weeks for sure.
Well, I mean, if you're a conspiracy theorist that's run out of stuff to talk about, let me tell you about Israel, and then you got at least an hour and a half.
Well, it's gold.
It's the wellspring eternal.
Yep.
Yeah.
But so
you didn't have to use the Alex Jones voice, Phil. You could have just used your own.
Yeah.
Well, the problem is, even I got to admit, that guy gets red in the face. Okay, like even I don't get quite.
Yeah, your studio lights are too bright to get red.
And the problem is, it's only just
it's
one
the
light
Holy Spirit beaming down on him right now, Tony. Leave him alone.
I wondered. Okay, I wasn't going to say it, but I thought that might be the aesthetic he was going for.
Yeah. In the background, you can't hear it. There's just a constant.
Oh no, yeah, he's got a choir in the basement.
And like another, we're gonna hear like creak 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 creak. It's gonna be like a halo coming down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Christmas decoration I was missing.
Cue the halo. It's just like any fraud that the government perpetrates. I don't think these Somalis just did it on their own. They were shown how to do this. I'm sure some government actor has helped them through the process. But yeah, I mean it's shocking, but then not shocking. And it's was it an electric dog?
Well, I mean, that's probably why, you're right. The government probably did help them out. And it probably has something to do with
a local politician show up to when like I thought this was like a thing that lefties were supposed to get mad about, is like the cultural appropriation and like overly doing a little bit. So like when you have Jacob Fry doing that stupid weird fucking dance every time he goes to a Somali fucking, like how much money is he getting when he's like doing that weird fucking thing, that weird dance? Like they do it, it looks fine. But when you have that skinny white dude from fucking Minneapolis, like trying to do that hoppity fucking dance that they do, I'm like,
the
dude,
video where he tried the Somali food.
Oh yeah, that was hilarious because you can see the look on his face. He's like, oh, no, fucking awful.
It looked like he really enjoyed it a lot.
a lot.
Every bite. Now, to me, there's nothing really that complicated or shocking about this story. The one thing I don't know, because I just haven't dug into it, is why a large group of Somalis settled in Minnesota in the first place. But let's just, I mean, obviously that happened. The rest of it is very uncomplicated and very common, which is they got large enough that they became a meaningful voting bloc.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well, that kind of answers that question. Islam gets conquest. They understand it better
They'll
than
play the
almost
long game.
Well, here's what they kind of play. It's they move in a certain percentage into a certain area, and then like you'll say, well, hey, you're invading my country. And then they go, oh, who says this is your country? Why, look at how many of us are here already. And so
I'm a
they
citizen.
understand.
I may have married my brother and changed the date on my forms and papers to say I'm a citizen.
Islam, like it's you got to give the devil its due. It understands conquest. And so that's why they know in democracy, if you just concentrate in one place, you can then suddenly vote yourself generous gifts from the public treasury. It's not that complicated. That's why they did it. So yeah, to answer that first question, that's why they settled in one.
So Phil, are Muslims the greatest threat to the West?
Islam is one of the great threats to the West,
but is it the greatest? And
that would be hard to quantify. I would have to get back to you on that one.
What's something
the
else
greatest threat? Well, would be the enemy Satan himself, but
aren't they
now? Islam very much is owned very much by Satan. So yes, any false god, any religion outside of Christianity, anything that doesn't belong to Jesus Christ in the spiritual realm belongs to Satan. Every single thing. So
that would have been my follow-up question: is it not one and the same in your opinion?
A lower servant. So yeah,
but a brand of.
Yeah, if you want to go there, yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Do you tie it to Isaac and Ishmael?
Genetically, they could probably most Middle Eastern Muslims could find something, but Islam is a worldwide political religious idea that does not derive from one single bloodline anymore. You might have, in its infancy, you might have been able to make that case, but it is not the case in this year of our Lord 2026.
But was that the origin?
To my understanding, probably not. It's just an origin story that they grabbed on, that they kind of sort of aped from the Old and New Testament. And so I don't think there really is any actual connection in that regard that they claim, but that's sort of a story for another day.
So I'll ask a couple more follow-up questions because I'm interested to know what you know about this. So the division of Isaac and Ishmael obviously was the origin of two distinct people groups, two distinct bloodlines. So we can clearly identify where the line of Isaac went. Where did the line of Ishmael go?
A lot of people do believe that's a good majority of the Middle East.
But and you wouldn't call those people something?
Descended from Shemite? Is that what you're getting at?
Well, no. I mean, one is Isaac and one is Ishmael. So obviously, we can easily identify and follow the bloodline of Isaac. That's the Jewish people.
Yes, and then eventually all who believe in Christ.
Right. So how would you follow and what would you call the people that went the other group of people?
Gay.
It's not. It's not a loaded question. I'm asking you.
It's
for the timing.
Perfect. Ismailis.
Really? I've never heard that
fuck.
term before.
An Ishmael, the Ishmaelis.
Yeah, I've never heard that before. All right.
Any other questions you got?
Ishkongers.
Mitch Kennedy.
Mitch
Brendan got it. I think that's what it is.
Yep, definitely.
I do have one terrifying with this whole Minnesota thing. So when I was mentioning the media coming after this guy, there's one terrifying sound that I heard that, oh dear God, that's when I was like, oh my God, woke left is still here. They're still around. And it was this very clip. Make sure I get some volume on here. Hopefully you can hear it.
We're from CNN. Can we talk to you?
Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Oh,
That horrible shrill voice. We're from CNN. Can we talk to you? Like,
Well,
oh God!
okay.
Like, I would have fucking freaked out. That would have been
that
more
was-
scary.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
like
no.
turn around. You got a karate stance going. You don't know what's coming at you. with that.
So
Exactly.
is this the same clip? I assume this is gonna be the same one that I.
Oh yeah, we can play it. We can play it.
Well, yeah. Is this the one where she goes? Well, she tries to like basically claim everything he's saying is bullshit, and he tries to.
Well, she never
reason with
claims
her.
anything. She just asks him, but kind of inferring in her in her questions that like this is total 2020 like COVID like anti-conspiracy like news media type shit is what she's trying to
And then
do,
it ends
and something
in the
that's fucking
most-
obvious.
And it
It's like-
ends in the most amazing way possible by basically saying everything we just said was bullshit without directly saying
and
it.
it's like if we had video footage of a guy doing horrible things to a dog and we seen it, hey, and she comes up and goes, do you know if that video is actually like him doing that to a dog? Do you know for sure? Are you 100% sure? And he's like, yeah, I showed you the video. That's how the whole thing goes.
Circle.
Rundown. Chicken is glowing like a highlighter. Alcohol may be involved. Tony's flawless as usual. Oh, you are hitting on him. Bill says, I'm the brightest bulb until I spectacularly burn out. Dad's over here like, yeah, I still lay pipe. Chris is fully committed to the hippie lifestyle with a lava lamp. I did notice the lava lamp. I love it. Absolute chaos, but somehow we got this. Beautiful. Am I really glowing that? Oh, fuck, that does look really bright. Good thing I'm wearing a hat.
Oh, bright.
Jesus. Okay. Anyway, let's jump back to this video because this is pretty awesome.
By the way,
skip ahead on a few parts.
I can't actually reveal where I am.
Ooh, undisclosed location.
Nice.
Yeah, they haven't unlocked the door on the island yet. He hasn't been able to escape.
And then that's when you hear,
We're from CNN. Can we talk to you?
No. No, you can't.
This is MAGA YouTuber.
Fake
Nick
news.
Shirley.
That'd be all I'd
Back
say.
to
so
David.
see how she framed that right away. This
MAGA
is MAGA
YouTuber.
YouTuber.
Yeah.
MAGA YouTuber.
I don't know anything know much about Nick Shirley, but I haven't heard anybody that's reported on this story that's described him as that until now. I don't think he really has a political affiliation.
Well, the only people that like embraced him after this were obviously right-wing podcasts and stuff. So, yeah. I guess you're going to get that label. But if those are the only people that embrace you,
whatever.
Well, until this, have any of you ever heard of Nick Shirley until this came out?
no.
Yeah, but
He has a
I don't
massive
remember
following,
what it
and I've
was.
Never heard of him.
Remember, I'm Mr. MAGA
basketball.
over here, apparently. And yeah, I never heard of this guy.
Yeah, he has a
before
massive
this.
following now after this video. I don't think he had one before that.
Yeah. He probably had like subscribers like we got.
The idea.
No, he was on YouTube. He did something, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was before this.
Like 23. He's unknown. I mean,
He had a big, he obviously had a big impact.
yeah.
No,
He did something on YouTube. I kind of think I remember that one time.
my understanding is that he had a pretty big following before. Obviously, this added to it.
He had a significant following. I don't remember exactly what he did, but I know he traveled around a lot, and like I don't think he did any big expose things like this before. We can look at his YouTube channel and find out what he did.
No, I mean, essentially, he's just a doofus 23-year-old kid that used to be a doofus.
He
high
just
school
stumbled
YouTuber
upon Yeah,
And
he
he just
stumbled upon the cool
exposed
fucking story.
$1 billion fraud, basically. And it's
And
like,
ended the
no.
chances of Tim Walz running for president next time.
No, chicken. I think
So
you just got
this
it.
kid needs to be given the Medal of Freedom.
So they never describe in his. By the way, the video I think the video I think on X alone has 150 million views.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The YouTube count was somewhere in the 40 or 50 millions. So obviously it's gotten massive attention. It's been picked up by the mainstream media, been picked up by independent media. What they never explain, because there's this older guy that's with him in the video that they just refer to as David. And David's done a bunch of research, and actually it was really David that brought the receipts. He comes with all the data. All you keeps holding up these sheets. So Nick Shirley, that's why my understanding is that Nick had a platform before. What I don't know is how Nick and this guy David hooked up. I don't. If I had to speculate and guess, and obviously this is a very easily answered question, I just don't know it right now. But my guess is that David stumbled across Nick, approached Nick, because I think David's been kind of working on this for a few years now.
Yep. He was trying to expose it to the local media. Yeah.
Well, he's just trying to expose it to anybody. He's just trying to get it out there. I think he's very frustrated that this thing has been happening. He's dug up all the dirt. He's done all the homework. He's got all the data and the information. He stumbles across this Nick Shirley guy who we didn't know until now. He's like, well, okay, I'm just going to approach this doofus kid to see if he'll help me out. And Nick Shirley said yes. I think that's how it came together. I think it's just that simple. But I mean,
I'm looking at.
Is that better, guys? I changed my lighting.
I'm looking at Nick Shirley's YouTube before this. So inside the Muslim
he hasn't done any
Christian
journalism, has he, up until this point?
No. So he most of these are asking Americans about current state of America, confronting reporter or deported migrant scammers, North Korean escapee, how socialism brainwashes people, inside CCOT prison, infiltrated Rio, Brazil's most dangerous gang. So it's kind of journalism. It's like he injects himself into little things like this.
But I wonder, that's very interesting because so apparently he's done more newsy journalism type stuff than I thought he did. But I wonder if you went back. So he's 23. I wonder if you went back to when he was 18 or 19, because I don't think he has an entire history of doing journalism or these types of stories. I think at some point he flipped on
most of his videos are like a year old.
Okay, because I heard somebody make reference to stuff that he used to do when he was a teenager, and it didn't sound anything like what you just described.
Yeah, going back 6 years ago, that's when his channel starts, and it's like 1,000 pounds of dry ice in a truck bed. So he's trying to do viral clips.
Now, granted, if that's the case, like if I was podcasting like in 2004, what I was saying back then would sound very different from what I would be saying today. Okay, that's obviously going to happen with most people.
So he quit. He quit uploading to his channel 4 years ago, and then came back 2 years ago with this current model of investigative, insert yourself into some of these things.
That's what I'm getting at. And again, I'm not trying to cast shade on the guy. I'm just saying at some point he pivoted, right? He was just another influencer doing goofy stuff on YouTube, and then he shifted to more serious, more journalism.
Now, I want to share with you guys some groundbreaking journalism from CNN here. After they approach Nick on this, and she's like, "I'm going to get to the bottom of it."
CNN is looking into Shirley's claims.
Hi, my name's Whitney Wild. I'm a correspondent for CNN.
We reached out to several of the daycares featured in the now.
I don't believe you.
One daycare facility answered and said they are a legitimate business.
Have you seen the videos?
Oh, well, if they said they're a legitimate business,
daycares don't have kids inside.
Minnesota Republican.
And then they don't we can watch the rest of the video. They don't come back to that. She asked them that question.
Are you a legitimate business? Hey, Tony.
Hey, Brendan.
Are you a legitimate business?
I'm a legitimate business, and no further questions or follow-ups are needed.
Brendan, I heard you ended up with $3 million worth of taxpayer funds. Says you're taking care of 89 children. Is this true? Do you have those children?
Yes, I have all of them in the back right now.
Can we see them?
Napping. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate your time, sir. Thank you.
And scene.
How is she not horribly
And the taxpayers wept.
That's so embarrassing.
It's amazing. It's
That's
absolutely
CNN.
amazing.
That's CNN.
Like I thought they were actually at the point where they'd have to turn a leaf or literally just go away. But no, they're not. They're still just as absolutely horrible and terrible and unnecessary as they've always been. And it's just incredible because I knew there was going to be a pivot. I knew there was going to be a tribalism. I knew there was going to be a ignore the problem and plant the flag.
There is
moment.
no problem.
I didn't know what
racist.
it was going to be, but this is what it was. And it was accuse the guy who's doing actual journalism of being a PDF.
That's what it is. They're mad because somebody else is getting kudos for shit that they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, remember when people would go, holy shit, did you guys see that shit on CNN today? And now they're like, hey, did you guys see that fucking YouTube video from the Nick Shirley kid?
Yeah,
that's literally what this is.
Yes.
Yep.
And if anybody can
media
watch that
killed
and
the
not be
journalists,
concerned,
If Tucker Carlson would have given that expose, it wouldn't have got half of the blowback. Like, it would have been a different kind of blowback.
You would have got a Pulitzer for that.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Like, if it was a Tucker Carlson, because he is like, at least he's in that realm, they would have accepted a lot more of it. But because it's some random fucking kid knocking on a door, they were like, fuck you, we can't have this.
But they're just embarrassing themselves even more, even after the fact.
don't see
because the dude actually went to all these places and just been like, hey, can we see all the kids you allegedly have at the, and they're calling people on the phone and videoing themselves calling people on the phone, whoever they're calling. Who knows who they're
We all know people like this.
Yes, it's absurd though.
They're fucking crazy. They don't fucking see themselves.
No.
They have zero idea of the reality that they are in. All they see is this fucking whatever's in front of them.
You know why?
And they have, like, they're fucking
the media.
stupid.
There's a reason why the media, they can't see outside their bubble, and it's because over the last 40 years there's been a fundamental change in who was in the media. Back in the 60s, the 50s, even the 70s, the media being in the local newspaper was actually a somewhat blue-collar job. It wasn't something that paid very well, and it was basically people that actually lived in society. But then definitely from the 80s on, what happened was being in the media and the newspaper became a vanity job for the children of very, very rich people. And so suddenly it's
but there was only a few of them, so you wanted to be the Walter Cronkite, or
you wanted those, you coveted that. But like, think about like all the people that are in media, they're maybe not making a huge amount of money per year, but their net worth is like $147 million, because when mommy and daddy dies, they live on the trust fund of life, and they're all highly college educated, usually Ivy League levels. And that's how in the West we've meted out who gets into the elites or not, is what is literally your college education, where were you educated? And as a lot of people know, if you don't have that degree, you are looked very much down upon by certain elements of society, and the journalist and media society is one of them. And it's why they went after this kid, because you're not one of us. You're playing in our pool. You're messing with my bottom line in the middle of a recession. Don't screw with somebody's income.
All right, I got to go potty real quick. If Phil talks too long, Brendan, interrupt him and change the subject.
I think my biggest thing away from this right now is my biggest concern, other than the billions in fraud, is how exactly were they able to just bus truckloads of kids in immediately in the fallout of this to try to save face and make it look like they actually were running a legitimate business. That is severely concerning.
Did that really happen?
Yes, that absolutely happened. And the follow, like, because all the copycats and all the people who want to be like Nick Shirley are going there, and you could see like handfuls of them at a time doing live streams, doing whatever, doing recordings, watching kids run in. Like, and there's people who live in the area standing there talking to them going, yeah, no, this parking lot's never full. This is the first time I've ever seen kids coming in and out of here as the kids are going in and out of the building. And it's incredible because they found the kids. They had the kids on tap, but they weren't actually putting them in the building until they got called out on it. I think that is freaking crazy, wild, and concerning. And especially because they were so unprepared to deal with him when he showed up. And, well, no, I mean, it's an idle Tuesday, but you came before. It's only 3:30. You got to come between 2 and 10 p.m.
Nobody needs nothing from a daycare at 3:30 in the afternoon. That's well-known fact. Like, when school's getting out and stuff, like, there's no such thing as a daycare that's busy at 3:30 in the afternoon. Perish the thought.
I'm not surprised that they were able to find a bunch of kids because Maine is also another state that decided to welcome a very large Somali population, including one of the towns is my in-laws' hometowns, and so they try to live in communities like they live in Somalia, right? They're kind of in clans. They have elders. They don't really care to deal with the police. They'd rather deal with the stuff that on their own, like how they deal with it at home. There, a couple years back, there was a rape of a 13-year-old girl, and they refused to go to the police about it, even though someone went to the police about it, and they were just like, no, we're dealing with this type of thing. And so I'm not surprised that they put out the bat signal and was like, hey, we need like 50 kids at this address right now. They did, like, I'm serious. Wow. Like, I'm not surprised. I bet you they called in like 3 or 4 clans of people, and they were just like, we need kids, move it.
I hope it's that simple. I really do. I hope it's that
simple. I really
conquest.
So here's a follow-up question that I have. That's a really interesting explanation, Brendan, and that sounds what could be true. One question that I have, Tony, is that let's just say that they do have a bunch of kids that come off of a bus and run in there to make it look credible. Mm-hmm. Do we think that all of those facilities are actually set up as daycare centers inside? So if you followed the kids inside and you walked around the facility, would you see a business set up like a daycare?
No, you wouldn't. You wouldn't, because I think they even verified that is in terms of the mandatory inspections go. Like I think they had that in the original paperwork with the Nick Shirley videos. Is we've got, this is how much they've received, and they're probably overdue on inspections, I think was part of the videos, if I'm not mistaken. I could be, but why are the inspections not happening like immediately following that? And if they are, like, why are we not seeing that? And if they are, you can verify that. And if you can verify that, why is Tim Walz, even though he's not seeking re-election, going out there in the public and having the balls to say, well, this is just clearly the MAGA and the Republicans spreading false information, and it's dastardly.
Because he's part of the scheme, and he actually when he was running for VP, he many times talked about how we're going to bring what I've been doing in Minnesota for daycare. We're going to bring that to the United States, and it's just going to be a blueprint. So he's trying to save face at any face he can, but obviously it's too late.
Well, it doesn't matter now. He's fucked. He's cooked, and he should be. He should have been when he was running for VP, but it's a disgrace. Yeah. He's a complete and utter disgrace in terms of what you would even want in a blue state. And that's what's important. I don't.
Tony, you leave Tim Walz alone. He is the most masculine Democratic candidate we've ever seen.
Who can't load
him running on the stage going like this.
Hey guys, no, they were talking about it earlier when I was on my way home from work on 1110 KFAB. Now, Minnesota's actually pretty similar to Nebraska. Now, granted, it is a lot more blue, but it's similar in the fact that you've got a couple of blue key areas, but the rest of the state kind of runs very, very red. But it's a lot more extreme in the what's red and what's blue, just like Lincoln and Omaha are very, very blue. So it's pretty similar in that regard. But is this going to actually change anything in terms of how Minnesota operates? Absolutely not. It's going to continue to be the same. I don't think this is going to be like a wake up call, because it was almost immediate in the fallout and the response to it, on the people who've planted their flag. Like, leave the politicians alone. How dare you? You guys are all clearly creeps trying to barge into daycares. So the truth slapping you in the face like a cold salmon off the supermarket line doesn't seem to matter.
Don't you care about the harassment that they're getting? Don't you care that the daycare center got broken into and all the children's documents got stolen, and that was apparently it?
Oh, God. That was incredible.
You guys heard that fucking story, didn't you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I said I wish that guy just came on the microphone and said, "We had the paperwork, but my dog ate it."
Ladies and gentlemen, I was about to say, like, when you said that where they broke in and only the documents were taken, for some reason, I was just having a flashback to 2020 on election night, where suddenly a water main broke and all the swing districts and only the swing districts shut down their. I don't know why I was thinking of that right now. I don't know why I just had a flashback to that. It's a strange thing. I'm sorry.
I just find it very funny that someone is supposed to actually believe that like thieves are driving around a neighborhood and they're like, "Oh, look, a daycare. Yeah,
I need some documents, man.
Oh my God, I want some kids' fucking social security numbers.
You know how many wet naps we can get out of that place? Hell yeah.
You know how expensive diapers are?
Yeah, dude.
And they didn't take them.
Hey, let's take all
like
this
taking
paperwork.
baby wipes and doing
No formula, no diapers, but I need those documents.
Yeah, I need the documents specifically that could possibly implicate the people that own this place. That's all I need. That's believable.
Oh. I'm trying to find the broadcast of the guy announcing that the building got broken into, because you could tell it was obvious that it was like a political stunt, because there's a whole bunch of and here's the thing, like I'm gonna get a little controversial here. It's these like
dare
the awfuls, the fluent white female upper class, like just these awful women.
Karen.
And there's Karens a lot of times. These fucking idiots, while they're being defrauded. Millions of dollars are being taken from you and your neighbors and fucking up. Now you're gonna have to pay extra in fucking taxes. Like, it's gonna affect everybody, because somebody's got to foot the fucking bill now. And you're sitting there holding a sign promoting these people that are fucking taking all your money. It's like what's that thing where the victim like starts to like care for their captors? What the hell is that called?
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Can't think of it.
Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's not as direct. It's like you just fall, like it's this cultish thing that people will do, and that's the one thing that like most humanity, like stupidity, I can like chalk up for this or that, or I can kind of see where they come from. But like the ones that just sit there and hold the signs and just do, I'm gonna stand for this no matter how fucking stupid this is. Like, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck are you actually doing? Did you hear this guy's story? Somebody broke in and stole kids' documents, so don't investigate his fraud? What the fuck, lady? What are you doing? And it's a sign saying, be nice to Somalians. Like, I get it. We're not trying to be racist. We're trying to figure out where the fucking money went, you dipshit. Like, stop making it racist. It's not fucking racist. It's fucking money. It's a lot of fucking money. It's like $1 billion now.
Isn't it kind of like Gays for Palestine?
Yeah, exactly. Fucking exactly. You're like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I like the meme that compares gays for Palestine are kind of like chickens for KFC. It's like, do you not know what like happens to homosexuals in predominantly Muslim countries? Have you looked that up? It's like, it's.
Yeah, have you looked
suddenly
at
America seems pretty allowant and a very nice place to live and very libertarian and open suddenly.
Yeah, the Venn diagram between progressives and Muslims, there's no overlap there.
None.
in terms of what they believe, but there's one thing that they do cross over. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And both of them hate Western Christian ideals, and anything they can do to undermine it, they would. It's sort of like, here's the thing, they don't have to actively conspire in the way that lionesses, when they're closing in, or coyotes or wolves when they're closing in on prey, they don't have to like actively, all right, you go 3 steps to the left and then 5 steps forward. No, they just have the instinct. They know what they need to close in on like a pack animal. And so that's why feminism and Islam have this very strange feminism, modern secularism, and Islam have this very strange, unholy alliance.
The Leering Center thing,
Yep.
like it like turned into like this like whole joke, but like I looked into it a little bit deeper, and not only did they spell Learning Center wrong, but they also spelled the name of the street wrong that was written on their door.
Oh no.
And then on their website they spelled children wrong.
Shut up.
Amazing.
Yep.
So okay. Two things on this.
You can't make that shit up.
No, you can't, and it's incredible. And okay, like a couple of things with this. I'm immediately that reminded me of years ago. Anybody who's ever been in Nebraska and gotten to experience the OG De Leon's drive-through on West O Street in Lincoln, when you would go through at one time, it may still be there, and it's probably been a decade. There was a printed out piece of paper that was the shrimp and crab burrito, and it was the shrimp and crab burrito, as in END. And for years, it went unchecked. For years. And it was hilarious. And it was like, and they doubled down on it because there was like 2 versions of it. And in both instances, it was END. And it was amazing. So this reminded me of that. But the fact that they actually went and changed it just like a mere 48 hours after the Nick Shirley stuff started going viral, but didn't know how to. And it was just damage control at that point. Like they're changing the sign as they're busing in kids for the first time ever. And then they're sending so-called workers out from one of these Leering centers to do damage control on the news. And she went on, they gave her a script and she said something along the lines of, I know fraud is bad. And that triggered her so bad, she couldn't continue the speech.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Like, and it was just so odd and strange because you don't ever get to see the potential spam calls in real time in person. But here they were.
Yep.
Live
I gotta
on your news feed, and here they are. And this is what always just incredible to me. And Brendan, we almost got gold the other night when one called me right when we went to record, but what always just baffles me is you don't know what you don't know. And what you don't know is what these people think that are overseas in these call centers. Like when you get the spam calls, they've been indoctrinated to think that, well, if I steal this person's money, they're American. It's just going to magically reappear. So this is a victimless crime. That's what they think. But you don't think about that. That is truly what they think. And that's why they are allowed to get mad at you when you fuck with them, which is what I do almost every time because they deserve it.
I can bring that up. You hear that?
Hey, so while Brendan is doing that, I want to respond to a listener comment in the feed. So Polar Knights, you just advised that we should update the American flag to make it 51 stars. Now I'm assuming you mean because we need to add Venezuela. The reason why we did not already update the flag to include Venezuela.
We need to make it 52 because Greenland's coming.
No.
Oh.
That's where I was
want
going.
it. I don't know why, but we want it now.
No, that's where I was going. But you're wrong, chicken. We have to wait for Cuba, Colombia, and Greenland. So we're actually going to update it to 54.
Ooh, finally gonna
Colombia.
Manifest destiny fully. We've been wanting Cuba for 120 years.
So Polar Nights, it's a complete waste of time to update it every time we add one more star. We're going to wait.
Right.
What do you think the Kalshi
like NFL
odds?
It's like NFL expansion. You can't just do one team. You got to do like 4.
You do them all at once, yeah.
Yes.
What do you think the Kalshi odds are that by the end of Trump's term that we will have a 51st state?
Yeah.
I would actually say 40-60 and 60 just barely on the no.
I would probably put zero. If it was 40-60, 40% being there will be one, I'd bet on that.
I think that's the appropriate over-under if I had to guess.
Oh man,
I'd be in on that. I'd throw $100 at that. I mean, it wouldn't make a lot of money, but
yeah.
We're gonna have a 51st state. And I mentioned this, God bless the president. This is what we needed, a country full of Latinas. Oh, wow.
Well, remember the first one they threatened to add was Canada. So are we up to 55?
Oh, shit, you're right.
I mentioned this many years ago when Biden was president because they were considering making Puerto Rico a 51st state to try to pack the Senate. And I said, here's the what if that actually happened, here's the weird thing. Depending on what president adds a star to the flag, like if Trump adds 2 stars to the flag, for somebody like me, that new 52-star flag will be up immediately. The anti-Trump people will keep their 50-star flags. If it was the other way around and Biden added a 51st state, people like me would be keeping our 50-star flag. And then the Biden people would have their 50. Yeah, well, this is what I mean when I say your opinions are assigned to you. When you realize that you're also susceptible to it, then you're actually able to move on to the next level.
Well, I'm going to disagree with you respectfully because
you're the exception, of course.
Because progressives only burn flags; they don't hang flags.
They do, just generally not of countries. Unfortunately, they have flags for ideas and identities rather than nations.
Going Irish. All right.
All righty.
Let me tell you something. When are you going to follow Rosie?
Nope. Staying in Nebraska.
Yep. That's like the most least threatening flag you could possibly pull out, other than maybe Canadian.
And that was one of the greatest
or the Minnesota
props
flag
you are ever going to get on this show. And the fact that I did that on the fly,
solid. Thank you. I've got the best flag in the union. I don't have one to wave in front of the camera.
As a Norwegian, I love America, President. He is making us a lot of money. But no, when I got this up, people don't have to be like, "Hey, where are you broadcasting from?" I think you can guess which country.
Yeah.
Might be a little obvious here.
The Philippines.
Norwegian. I got family in Sweden. I'm Swedish.
Norwegian.
How are we making the Norwegians a shit ton of money?
I don't know. Trump's
Disney
just
World.
doing so awesome.
Okay.
All right. Let's wrap up thoughts on Minnesota so we can get to our next topic.
Yeah.
I want to because we're really doing the audience a disservice because I think really what we came on here to do is fight with each other, and we haven't done that once yet.
Well, we'll fight on this.
Fuck
next
you.
one.
I was about to say,
that's the spirit. That's why.
Good shit, Chris.
That's why I showed up
who
tonight.
is this ass?
Who's this motherfucker?
My takeaway of this whole Minnesota thing, I'm warning everybody, no matter what happens in 2028, midterms, whatever, the woke left like media apparatus is not fucking dead. It is waiting to pounce, and as soon as they have the opportunity to put us back into that weird fucking like that weird state that we were in COVID, where like you were afraid to say shit on the internet because you'd get banned. Like I got banned from Facebook for bullying Biden. I made a comment about Joe Biden and I got banned for a week for bullying.
Think about
I talk shit about our president. So I called myself a bully Biden for a while, and then, but yeah, like that's the state we're living in. That was me over a little comment. There's
You
people
are
that
a
did
bully,
way-
chicken, you fucking
Oh,
asshole.
motherfucker.
Man, he's just doing bits tonight. I love
No,
it.
that was real quick. Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
They're waiting. It's like if they win, it's on. Like they're not, like Phil always does this turnabout is fair play thing, but dude, that goes both ways. And
sure does.
They're
It's a race
gonna
to the bottom.
come. They're gonna come fucking hard.
Oh
I
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
It's
If the Democrats
hibernation.
ever win big, it's kind of like I said. If Joe Biden won, Republicans would be hunted, and it wasn't in the huge numbers, but it was there. There was literal people just tracking down MAGA people and shooting them in the streets. And
They're still fucking
that
shooting MAGA
like
people.
if we see the
You saw JD
Democrats
Vance's house, so they tried to break
feel
into
that
JD
they
Vance's
have
house
the
today.
advantage.
Did you see that, Phil?
What happened?
They tried to break into
broke into
JD Vance's house today.
Of course they did. Of course they did.
Well, maybe Phil didn't hear that Charlie Kirk was assassinated.
Wait, what? We should have fucking done a live stream about that.
I think that was
Well-
kind of the impetus of why we're back.
That's that was, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, that was the moment that the discourse died. Charlie Kirk
It died?
Yes, that was the day the discourse died, because now
It definitely
doesn't matter.
changed
It's
a lot.
well, no, because now it's existential. Like Destiny and Connor and a bunch of prominent lefties just a few
cares
weeks
about
ago
them?
were talking about, should we have Nuremberg trials for MAGA after the 2028 election? That's where the left is going. It is now becoming existential.
Connor's a fake conservative that has not been relevant in
This is
fucking
true.
3 years, and
This is
Destiny
true.
sucked a dick once. So
all things that are disgustingly
Once,
true.
come on.
Like,
well, at least that's all it takes for me. Once. That's
Those
it.
are
I'm
rookie
not
numbers.
listening to you.
Yeah, you
But
gotta
what I'm
bump
saying
those
is-
numbers
Get them up.
the big
Get 'em up.
the people that have large audiences on the left, we've already seen what they try to do is something called stochastic terrorism, where you try to just whip up people, the feral ends of your audience, so that they will go out and do the violent acts that you yourself don't have the courage to actually do. It's stochastic terrorism, and you can look it up. What I just told you, that is the actual definition of it, and that's what I've been seeing at the very least Destiny and Hassan Abi do for some time now, and it's kind of gross that it's been allowed to go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Chicken, you were talking about you getting canceled back in the day. I want you to think about something.
I got canceled a lot, like several
Well,
times.
think
That's
of
true.
how different life has been since Elon Musk bought Twitter. That was the thing that broke the knowledge monopoly. So literally, without
Wait until they're
without
in power and they like come at him with so many lawsuits, cancel all of his SpaceX fucking contracts. Like they will bury him.
Once they take out Elon, you're going to go back into the era of the knowledge monopoly. So enjoy this wild west of the internet while
Which
you
is
have
why
it. You will
Elon's
tell
going to
your
dump a
grandkids
bunch of
about a
money into the
better time.
midterms because he has to.
Yep.
Elon, as a Republican, I'm a big fan of Elon as of late. All right, I'll be
Right now
honest.
you are.
That guy's been
Yeah, me.
a wee bit helpful. I'll put it that way. All right, but could you imagine? if
Why? Did
Elon
he
had
buy
bought-
Venezuela?
He can.
Well, he's got the money. Yeah, he might. Like, hey, here's the thing. I've been listening to some pretty interesting comments throughout Twitter, and it's like, why would you call this a war? It was more like a football hike. Like they just ran in, grabbed him, and ran back out. And the time it took some speeches on the show Stranger Things.
Well,
So,
it did take, hang on a second, it did take 150 aircraft, and they killed an estimated 40 or 50 people on the ground. So it wasn't
many
quite as
American?
clean as you said it was.
Yeah.
How many
Well-
Americans died in the operation?
Human lives.
I
Doesn't
know,
matter.
but no. This is what
But
I'm.
there
I'm
is a
trying to say.
distinction.
Well, I mean, 0 Americans, but I mean, human lives.
And what I've found kind of gross is like there's some folks that are kind of upset that no Americans were harmed so that they could do what's called bloody shirt waving.
That's right.
And now, yeah, I don't like the fact that anybody died. I've always been anti-war. Keep that in mind. This one, I have to confess
Can we
to some
can we let
surprise.
everybody finish wrapping up Minnesota before you start the next topic?
No, chicken.
No,
You
he
know
wants to
better
finish
than
the
that.
being-
I will give my closing statement on Minnesota in about 45 minutes at the end of the show.
Fuck's sake. Like we haven't skipped
Good
a
luck
beat.
editing all that.
You are. I'm not editing shit. This is live, dude.
Yeah, we're doing. Yeah, this is not edited. What?
I'm well aware, but for the future references. Who wants to read this one?
What the fuck are you even talking about?
Oh man,
Brendan.
I'll be interested to see whether or not they actually investigate any other Somali communities to see if they're doing the same thing.
yes.
Because like I said, there's a pretty giant one in Maine. I know I think there's one in Massachusetts, and I'm pretty sure I saw someone say that there's one in Washington as well. So and then the question is like, are the Somalis the only ones that are doing this? And if so, then that's
No.
specific. Well, I mean, on this level, right? Like, I mean, that's pretty specific. Like, that would be pretty interesting. Why are just Somalis getting all this money, in the majority of it being sent back to, actually Somalia. So, that would be interesting. I don't have any faith that the federal government's actually going to investigate it. But if they do, I hope they do. I really do hope they do.
Fair enough, Chris.
Well, I think the federal government is already investigating it. That I've heard. They're also threatening to withhold funds.
They already did stop funds.
Yeah, so they've halted funds and they are doing an investigation. But what I'm afraid of, which I'm sure I would expect all you guys are going to agree, there's plenty of people to hold account. You could certainly arrest lots of people. You could deport people. You could put people up on charges. Whatever constitutes holding people accountable for all this. What's the name of the AG, Ellison? I mean, there's plenty of people that are responsible. Ilana Omar. But I think what we all expect is that no one's going to be held accountable. I mean,
No, of course not.
It's going to be a news story for a period of time. Some fodder.
Don't worry, they'll start a committee.
Yeah. Nick Shirley will get some extra followers, but what's really going to happen? And I think our fear collectively is that the answer is nothing. Nothing's going to happen.
It's kind of like all the money we gave to Iran.
Right. So I think the common theme for all of these things is that no one gets held accountable and nothing really changes. I mean, I guess there is one casualty, and I guess that's Tim Walz's future political career. So
Thank God.
I mean that's no small skin. I mean that matters, I guess, because
that kid deserves the Medal of Freedom just for that.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean, so I mean,
Here.
I said zero accountability. That I guess there's slightly more than zero because Tim Walz had to bow out.
Yep, some kid on YouTube.
Yeah, Nick Shirley took down Tim Walz, so good on
back.
Nick. That's all I know. Yeah, that's all I know about Nick Shirley, but good on him.
That's all you need to know.
I think it's over, and then the hand comes up.
People like Walz have no shame. They'll come back. It'll take a couple of years. Look at what's his name, Adam Schiff, that got reelected in California. He's the biggest lying piece of shit in Congress, and he still gets reelected. And then there was another one that I think he went to
Gavin Newsom.
Oh. Yeah, well, Gavin Newsom. Oh God.
Well, I mean,
Your future
Brendan,
president. Yeah.
The list is long.
Yeah.
There's plenty of examples, but the difference is that other than
who's this?
This is the mayor of Minneapolis doing that stupid dance I was talking about.
For
God's sake.
Oh no!
It's like watching white people do the crip walk. You're like, dude, stop.
Just please, no. This is
incredible.
I don't know if
This
I
is kind of like
this.
maybe he's dancing in celebration that Tim Walz is not going
He's
to be
not.
running for president. He's like,
He's not.
yeah.
Well, listen,
Because
Brendan,
now
the
he
only
can
thing
run for governor now.
is that I realize that Tim Walz was the candidate for vice president, which is obviously very, very close to holding high office. But
Dude, look at
other
those
than
shorts.
that, he wasn't really that established on the political stage. Not
No,
nearly-
which is why it was so wild that they picked him to begin with.
but what I'm saying is I don't know that he'll be able to resurrect himself because he wasn't that established.
I think his window's closed in terms of
That's what I'm saying.
resurrection.
Yeah.
Because
He's done.
I agree, Chris.
I could see him try to do like the Mark Sanford, where he was the governor of South Carolina, got totally disgraced, and then he came back a few years later to run for like the House in that state. And so, like,
he's
he just
lucky to take a mayoral position.
Well, that's what
somewhere in Minnesota.
that's what I'm saying.
I
Like,
think he could. He's popular in Minneapolis. He could do a
Yeah, no,
Senate.
I
That's what I'm saying.
agree with.
I'm saying
Go
he'll take a gap year, and he'll come back, and because people
Sure.
forget, and
As a
because
city
he's got-
councilman.
yeah. It's just
I mean, Donald
He can
Trump
be the next
proves
Jacob
having
Fry and
name
do that
recognition
stupid
matters on a ballot. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
Good or bad, it matters.
Yeah, but I agree with you, Brendan. That's entirely possible, but that's not that consequential.
oh, I agree. It's not consequential. I'm just saying he's not going away. That's all. I didn't say he's
How old
consequential.
is Tim Waltz?
But I mean that'd be my definition of going away or not going away is if he can continue to hold political office in a consequential way
Tim Waltz
versus him technically holding
age.
a political office of some kind.
Oh, he's only 61. I thought he was older
Oh.
than that.
Spry, 61 years old.
Oh, compared to Donald Trump.
So yeah, no, he could definitely be Speaker of the House for another 30 years.
Yeah, for like 40.
Yeah.
At least.
That is terrifying.
All right. Are we
Yeah.
ready for our next story?
Yeah,
Everybody
please,
Let's
God,
do
let's move on.
Let's move on. Jesus.
I've got
I
no.
never thought
final
I'd talk
thoughts.
about Minnesota for so fucking long. Ugh. All right. Again, if you've been living under a rock, Live Update says, oh my God, the pop-up wasn't there for this whole time. Then I scroll and it pops up.
They know.
Perfect.
They know what
Deposed
show they want to be
Venezuelan
advertised on.
leader Nicolas Maduro declared himself innocent and a decent man as he pleaded not
course.
guilty to federal drug trafficking charges in U.S. courtroom on Monday. I'm innocent. I am not guilty. I am a decent man, the president of my country, Maduro told a judge. Maduro made his first appearance in an American courtroom on Monday on the narco terrorism charges the Trump administration used to justify capturing him and bringing him to New York. Maduro, why do we care what he wore? Like, what the fuck is wrong
Nobody
with this
does.
country? Ugh. Anyway, so if you're living under a rock, middle of the night raid, they come flying in, got a whole bunch of helicopters, planes, all kinds of shit. They black the place out, start firing at some shit, and they get him out of there in what sounds like in less than 2 hours. I don't know. I've heard conflicting reports, but all of them kind of sound like America, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I'm just singing "Real American" by Hulk Hogan in the background for Hulk
Anyway.
Hogan's song in the background while you explain this.
Yep. And mics cover each other a lot. So anyway, middle of the night, grab him out, fly him out, bring him to New York. I don't know. I haven't followed a ton of this. I don't have a ton of formed opinions. I have a few. So who's followed it the most? Who's got really firm fucking views on this? Because this was pretty
I have
fucking crazy.
None. So I'll start. Like, I'm sorry. Like, this is one of those things. Like, I wish I had more of a dog in the fight on this because over the last year, and we're coming up on a full year since Trump took the White House back, and that's the most incredible thing. Like, it's been almost 2 years since we've done a live stream, and the world is so different. But Trump's back in office, and his second term is vastly different than his first. And Phil, I know you used to kick around the term the president piece, and this first year of his second term has not been exactly exuberant in the president piece moniker, and this kind of ended that year on
Whatever do you mean, T?
Well, I think you know exactly what I mean. But let me finish.
I mean, we just conquered a country in 3 hours. Like, all right, guys, if you would have asked me on the Trump bingo card, no,
Hold
I
on.
wouldn't have had
We'll
that
get to
one
that.
chance.
Hang on. In terms of military operations, I feel like this. If this had been a Kamala operation, this would have been a 30-year ordeal. We'd have troops there forever. It would have been a forever war. This was about as this was a slap on the wrist as military operations get. And
well, yeah, like it wasn't a big money laundering
and
scheme.
fall,
What the fuck?
Right. We spent all summer and fall doing no kings protests, and now we take a king out of power, and the left is like, you put him back. You put him
kings.
back.
Yes,
right
kings.
now.
We want our king back.
We want
They
that king
suddenly
back.
believe in blood and soil very quickly.
I don't
Like, no, he has rightful. It is his right to be the ruler of this soil.
I
like,
don't know how to feel. Like we hate the fact that America's stolen land, but no, this guy. No, we like this guy if we vote blue. All for this guy. Even though like as minimal as possible of people died, we like this guy. He can be king. I don't get it.
And on the other side, you have the MAGA anti-war MAGA side doing the Bill Hader. Oh no, that's terrible. No, I'm bummed. Like, yeah, like
well, here's the problem. We've also been
have a
dealing with
50%
Russia, Ukraine that did not end within the fucking window of one day, obviously. And we've covered that extensively on
turns
Dad's
out ending
Worldwide.
wars are kind of hard.
We've been dealing with Israel a lot, and then this happens, and it just feels awkward, and it almost feels insignificant, and that's the weird thing. So I don't know. I really don't know how to feel about this. Please.
Brendan, I'm curious what's your thoughts on all of this, because you usually stay pretty consistent in your libertarian non-interventionism, so I'm just curious your thoughts.
He's calling you an asshole, Brendan. Fire back.
What?
I am.
No.
That's fine. Yeah, I am. So yeah, I mean, we went over this in the chat a little bit. So I do think this is unconstitutional, illegal. He shouldn't have done it, just like Obama shouldn't have done things, just how George Bush hadn't done certain things and that type of thing. But, you know, evil precedent be damned, I guess. I don't know. So, or good precedent be damned. So, other than that, I really don't have much of an opinion on. I think the reason it went so quick is because apparently the administration was in talks with the vice president of Venezuela, which is why she was so willing and wonderfully able to take over, and be the way that they were able to get in and get out so quickly is because this was planned. So, and it was coordinated. So, I'm not so sure. It was just shows our.
Wait, are you telling me that we took a guy out so the same political party and regime could continue running the country?
Yeah.
Fucking great job.
Yep. Good job.
Amazing.
Great job.
And so
wait, where's the fraud?
And divide people in the process. Incredible.
Wait, hold on. Like, how much money did this cost compared to the Somali fraud? I'm just
less than you think. Yeah.
Now, compared to the Afghanistan 20-year war, where it took 20 years to replace the Taliban with the Taliban,
we're not replacing.
I mean, this is just a lot more efficient.
This is just definitely more efficient. I can't argue with that one.
I mean, come on.
You know,
0 lives, not 20 years.
Thanks, David. Yeah. So yeah, I just I'm my anti-war self here, sitting alone on an island, and maybe with chicken a little bit here, and no, I
don't think it's about oil though.
I think it's about oil and influence, because one of Trump's really big donors, and I cannot remember his name, and I tried to remember it because I was like, I know we're going to mention this, but he heavily invested in Citgo in Venezuela quite a few years ago, and they basically just took it from him. So he's going to get his money back apparently. So in fact, Trump on one of his press conferences basically said that that he has been talking with the oil execs before they invaded. So they knew that was going to happen. So
I did look into that, and the oil because he asked him like, what are the chances you'll go back in to Venezuela, and they all said, fuck no. It doesn't make any sense. Oil prices aren't high enough. It's not a good short-term investment. Like the whole point of going in there doesn't make any sense. Fracking, we're making too much money in the US on fracking. Why in the fuck would we waste our time going into that shithole? And so like none of the companies wanted to go. So that's why I'm like, why the fuck would oil be the actual reason? Now, long-term, that's a different story.
Well, no, but I'm not saying that they want. I'm not saying they want. I'm not saying the U.S. wants to invest or that these guys want to invest in it. They just want their money back, basically. I think that's really what it comes down to. And then also influence. I also did hear someone say that I think this is a little bit of a stretch, but not a huge stretch. That because they're trying to bomb Iran again. That basically this will give them the 20% they need of oil, that if Iran closes the Strait of Hormuz. So I'm like, I don't know. That could be it, but not likely, just because
so now it's okay to bomb Iran after we do this.
Oh, well, they're
before it totally wasn't,
shocked.
But now it's.
I would be shocked if they're not going to at this point. I mean,
they already did, guys. Did we forget about that?
No,
they already bombed Iran.
Yeah, they're talking about doing it again because now.
Yeah,
they're making
wasn't enough.
Conventional missiles, and that's just unacceptable. So, yeah. So
I don't know. That's a good question. Oh, look,
is crude oil being subsidized? Well, I mean, they get tax breaks, and that's their subsidy, basically.
Yeah, but it's not a big profit maker right now to go to Venezuela and dig oil wells. Like,
really, no, it boils down to a couple of different things. Narco-terrorism. This hurts the
wasn't a word
cartels
until a month ago.
Significantly. The only way that you can get basically from Mexico all the way down to Colombia and everything in between to really, you got to topple a couple regimes to make it actually work, and then you can stabilize the political situation throughout Central America.
Nice.
But there's some specific regimes that have to be toppled, and
yeah, but why not? Wow. Why not start with the person order? The biggest narco.
Even that comment stopped filling his tracks.
Yeah,
like, we need to stop the fentanyl from Greenland. Like, well, okay, no,
yeah,
Greenland, man. I don't even know why, but I want it now.
Did you see Trump's comment on Greenland? He's like, you know what Finland's peace plan was and what they did to up their security? They added one more sled dog. I was like, are you fucking serious? Damn. He fucking said that on national TV. I was like, Jesus.
I'll just say one more thing and then I'll cede. But I think if this was truly narco terrorism, what they're really concerned about, which it's not, it's absolutely not. But if they were really concerned about that, one, he wouldn't have pardoned the guy that was actual drug dealer, and then two, they would go after Mexico first, because that is the stuff that's on our border. It's coming into our country now.
The guy he pardoned, that was the president of Honduras who took $1 million bribe from the cartels, right?
Mexico's just the spring, just the diving
just making
board.
sure.
America's the pool, but Colombia, Venezuela,
they're manufacturing. They were
manufacturing
fentanyl in Mexico.
Well, sure, but there's a reason, because Mexico's the diving board to this giant market of America.
Okay, so you're agreeing with me then.
Hang on a second. So
essentially, but that's the flow. The reason why all of this exists is it comes from certain places, and you got to start stabilizing them from Central America out. But the whole reason all of this is it's because America is like a ravenous drug market. Okay, any drugs you can get to America, you can sell for a tremendous profit, and that's why all of this exists at all.
Well, but if that's the argument, then you start with China, because China makes the precursors. Then they ship it to a port in Mexico that's controlled and owned by Chinese nationals. Then it gets produced in Mexico. Then it gets shipped into the United States.
Yep. So we're going after China next.
But I mean that's where I'm in full agreement with Brendan. This doesn't have anything to do with drug trafficking, not one thing. Because if that was the case, then yes, you would go after and you would go after China, right? But they're not doing that. So Phil,
to me, I got to be honest, it boils down to hegemony. It boils down to that was going to be the one.
Yeah, it's totally
the
hemispheric.
One in the back door that Russia and China could get into was Venezuela, and now we've cut them off from the past and that, and now we truly have. Hey, it's Monroe. The doctrine is in. Okay, the Monroe doctrine is now very much in effect, and we're going to put somebody that's a puppet.
Doctrine.
There it is. So Phil, did you hear that today Trump coined the term the Donroe document or Donroe doctrine?
That is great.
That's the new one.
Donroe doctrine. I love it. I love it.
Fucking tool.
That is awesome. That's hilarious. But I'm sorry, like that's what it boils down to is whether we like it or not. Underneath Mexico, Colombia, and Venezuela, there's enough oil to keep America fat and happy for the next 120 years.
Yeah,
doesn't matter what you think of the morals and ethics of it, but that's the reality.
Sure.
Independence and hegemony in our own hemisphere.
It is, and we've ceded a lot of South America to China and Russia, and kind of let them have too much influence in those areas. So what I see this as being a little bit of a like take back from that, which. Like, and when you think of like global politics, like I get the strategic play, maybe like trying to move into some of this, but to say it's about drugs, like Maduro himself said, I have the largest oil and largest gold reserve. Why the fuck would I sell drugs? That's a direct quote.
Yep.
It's black market money. Why do you think our intelligence agencies?
Oh, you still think he's selling drugs?
Oh, I think he's selling drugs. I think two things can be true. Sure.
I think he can want to make money from there and make money from over there too. Like, yeah.
I don't think that's hard to believe, and I don't think
greed for money is kind of like a guy who has greed for multiple women. There's no number that satisfies that sin. Okay, there is no number that you will ever satisfy.
The cartels.
I just don't believe that Maduro's that guy.
Why?
Nothing about him. When
he looks like he hates money.
About him, anything you read about him, he's not that guy. He's a conservative fucking guy. Like he's not this fucking weird goddamn commie that you would normally perceive him to be.
Well, can I ask you guys about some things that I have little knowledge of? I've just heard talking points today.
Do.
So I just want to throw out some talking points that I just heard, but I don't have any knowledge of. So if you have any, I'd love for you to fill it in. So I heard an interview today where a guy was explaining that for the last 20 years, basically with heavy sanctions, that it's the United States that really crushed Venezuela and the Venezuelan economy.
With tariffs, possibly, and
not only with tariffs. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah. I know they had sanctions. I don't know to the extent. I don't know what.
Wouldn't it be a giant indictment on communism itself if it can only survive by trading with the most capitalist market on the entire planet Earth?
Well, you don't have a choice today.
Well, then golly, I guess communism ain't all that good then. Kind of like Cuba, they always blame America. And it's like, well, they can trade with everyone else. You just can't trade with us, and that's what's destroying your economy.
So hang on a second. So I've got a curiosity, and so I'm going to respond to that, Phil. So one our biggest trading partner on the planet is the Chinese Communist Party, right? So we're already trading with communists. So it's not really about communism.
Are they really though? Now in this year of our Lord 2026, or are they just some more watered down version of like state capital?
Phil, be careful. I have ChatGPT in my hand. I'll look it up.
Yeah.
All right. So let's just say until 5
are they really
China was one of, if not our biggest trading partner in the world. Let's just say that, because I'm not trying to argue every small point. I want to get to a bigger point that I want your opinion on. So to me, communism or not communism, that doesn't seem to be the issue either. Just like drugs isn't the issue, because we trade with other communist countries, or at least pseudo-communist countries. So to me, you have two choices. You could, and we've had better relationships with countries that are currently our adversaries. We've had better relationship with Russia. We've had better relationship with Iran. We've had better relationships with lots of places and countries that are currently we declare as our adversaries. So currently Venezuela is on this list. And let's just say we're not crazy about, about the Maduro, regime, just like we're not that crazy about the current communist Chinese regime. But rather than starting a fight and engaging in military actions because we want to, because here's the thing. If we make Venezuela an adversary, then they're going to go make alliances with other people, right? Or we could partnership and have strategic alliances with them. And that's a way to keep them from forming strategic alliances with China and Russia and keeping the China and Russian influence out of South America. So why would we go the military route when we could go the strategic partnership route? That's
Trump has also done something. Trump has done something unique. Every single world leader's now been put on notice. You can get snatched up in the middle of the night if you cross the line too much.
Chris,
no, whether
Chris,
you want to admit it or not,
Chris.
whether you want to admit it or not, psychological warfare is entirely valid.
Sure, Phil.
That's some powerful psychological
Chris, I have
warfare.
a different angle for you that you may not have considered. Do you remember Sidney Powell back in 2020?
I know the name. I don't know.
She was the crazy Trump lawyer that was trying to defend his accusations of election fraud.
Yep.
She was the one that said Venezuela was the one that was running the election machines and stole the election from him. And she did not pony up the proof. What if this whole thing is just Trump going, you know what? I'm going to fucking find out.
Find out, or he doesn't care if it's true or not. It's just
like
could be that too.
We know what happened.
We all know what a scorned woman is. Imagine a scorned Trump.
Well, we've seen scorned Trump many times. I mean,
not like this.
So how does that accomplish him confirming what she claimed?
Well, he's just going to take the power of the theft of elections and use it in his favor. Like, if there was a way for Venezuela to hack the voting machines or to sway elections across the world, because they didn't just say it was U.S., they said it was all over the place. And they said it was multiple elections across the whole world. So this is what they were saying in the allegation. So if Trump can gain that power, imagine.
Yeah.
Because he's not gonna go, I found it, guys. I told you I won 2020. No, he's not gonna do that. He's gonna be like, motherfucker, we're gonna win for like 30 years.
Oof. The ring of power.
So you're saying the Venezuelans are the ones that have the sophistication to hack our elections?
According to Sidney Powell. This is one of those conspiracy theory things that I like hang out with and like pay attention to that came up right away. I was like, oh my God, I hope that's not real.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess that to me that falls under the banner of anything is possible but not probable.
I just thought that was more compelling than anything Phil was about to say.
It's I don't think it's so much the desires
just
versus the capabilities. If we're talking like capabilities, like I think China's probably the forefront on most capabilities. It's who desires it more.
Like they technically have more boats in the water than we do, but look at the actual tonnage that we have in the water versus what they got in the water, and it's way different. They're basically
yes, Ben, imagine infinite Trump.
Jesus Christ.
Now, what's interesting is Trump is actually starting to launch investigations into the 2020 election. And here's the thing that institutionalists...
Yeah, that's what I wanted to spend the next 3 years on.
Well, that's the thing that institutionalists don't want to admit is if you start poking around any human institution long enough, you are going to find flaws. You're going to find the corruption because every human institution is flawed and corrupt. It always has been and it always will be. And he's going to find something. I don't know what he's going to find, but when he does, you're going to see a lot of faith in our system
I
be
just
heavily
know that the
undermined.
2020 election is like Kevin Bacon. There's always 7 degrees to get back
Yeah.
there.
Oh, it's
For
the
sure.
Republicans' Vietnam. They will never let it go.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Phil, in a weak effort to keep the car on the road, I want to ask you a question.
Oh,
Good luck.
we're already
Good
in
luck.
the trees.
Yeah,
All right.
this car's not fucking going on.
So this
back
may
on
be
the road.
Been
futile,
in
but
the
I'm not
ditch
just
6
I'm
times.
Your head's just in the steering wheel. Yeah. But anyways, fire away.
So let's put aside, and whether I don't want to argue about whether or not this is constitutional, not constitutional. I don't care that. But what I want an opinion from you on is where are you on the Lindsey Graham to isolationist scale spectrum? Because me personally, I'm, and I've come around on this over the as an adult, I've come around on this completely to where I'm basically where Brendan is. I'm like, let's just keep all of our money stateside. Let's stay out of everybody else's business. Let's just try that for a couple of decades and see how that goes. I'm way more. I'm not an isolationist, but I'm definitely a non-interventionalist. I've come around to that position completely. Where are you on that spectrum? Like, do you think because are you in the camp online where it's a bunch
I'm
of
more
like
of in
Americans from the 90s that every time we exercise our military might, it's a big cheering. Everybody cheers because I'm not in that camp anymore. I was when I was younger and I didn't understand the implications.
Everybody was a neocon when they were younger. You can be forgiven for that. Okay,
where are
but
you?
I'm anti-war in pretty much every instance. We are all made in God's holy image, and so
Except for when it's Trump.
No, even when he bombs
Count
people,
it.
I say he shouldn't. There's no time when he's ever done any kind of action where I haven't condemned it. I condemned the Iranian strike, and I said he shouldn't have done this, and pray for peace.
And you can
That
check all
being
those
said,
episodes between 207 and 208 to verify.
yeah, but well, no, you can check my Twitter feed. But what I'm
even better.
I mean, the thing is, like, I can actually admit when my guy takes an L. That's something that the left can never do. When my
Phil,
guy
where do you
does something I
stand, where do you
don't
stand
agree
on
with,
this event specifically?
this event specifically, if I was sitting in the White House, I wouldn't have greenlit it, and I wouldn't have gone into another country like that. Now that it's done, it's sort of like you can't be a little bit pregnant. It's now what's done is done, and now we have to deal with it.
Okay, but the problem is that he's adding on to this by now saying he's going to go conquer Cuba, Colombia, and Greenland.
I'm sorry.
And Mexico.
It's hard to believe. I don't think we're actually going to go there that far. We might get Greenland, but it'll be via treaty. We're not going to go.
I'm just going to be honest with you guys. Like, again, I'm not like super in depth on this specific, like what's happening, but like I'm starting to get into like Roman, like empire shit. Like I looked at it a long time ago. Now I'm like getting back into it a little bit. Now I don't know why, like guys are just obsessed with Roman Empire, but like everything that I see happening right now shows me the Republic is dead and we are in the imperial stage. As an imperial stage, this is what they do, whether you like it or not. This is what happens is you just take shit because you can to keep yourself alive, and you make stupid decisions because you have to stay alive, and you kick the can down the road because you have to, and eventually, like, you'll fall. The Roman
now, if I can, there's two thoughts I want to get out real quick.
I'm not quite done. Like it's a very good similarity, and it doesn't mean that we're like in the ending stages of the Roman Empire. Doesn't mean we're quite there yet. We are just beginning the stages of the empire. So we got a ways to go before the empire falls. I'm just saying the Republic's dead. Nobody gives a fuck about the Senate or the House. Like, they don't do anything. They make hardly any fucking decisions now at all. The president has so much power, he might as well be a king or an emperor. Like, the amount of restrictions he has is becoming more and more minimal every year. And the sooner we can get like over that fact and just accept it that the Constitution's fucking pretty much dead and the president runs shit on this fake vow of following the Constitution. I'm okay with it. At this point, I'm okay with it because that's the reality of it. I don't like it, but that's the reality you live in. So when you can like accept your reality and realize you have, it's like Alcoholics Anonymous. You got to realize you got a problem. This is our problem right now. Then you can work on trying to fix it and set up things to either hedge yourself to have a better success down the road, or you can dig your own grave, whatever you want to do, like however you want to approach the situation, I guess. But like, that's what we're doing. We are gonna, like, I'm telling you, if there's that bet on Kalshi that we're gonna have a 51st state, I'm fucking taking it. Trump is an imperialist. Whether you like it or not. Yeah. Yeah.
Phil, do you agree that Trump's an imperialist? because there's a huge percentage of his MAGA base that definitely is not.
Well, they will.
Is Trump an imperialist?
Hold on real quick. Do you not think that how he captured Maduro sparked his base into going, America, fuck yeah, like all the memes?
Well, hang on.
Dude,
my opinion about
I'm sorry. Even I've been laughing at some of these TikToks.
I fucking hate what happened because I think it's such fucking awful. Like, it's just a terrible way to run a fucking country. But at the same time, if you're gonna fucking do it, that's the way you fucking do it. Because now everybody went, like every country just went, guys, are we good? If I talk shit, are we good? Like, all of them just had to stop and check their security. That literally just happened across the fucking world.
Okay, before you hand it over to Phil, I'm going to say two things. One, the mega base is split, so I don't think so if you want to consider me on that, at least that side of the political spectrum, I don't call myself.
And we do, for sure. Yeah.
But
yeah, you're MAGA.
So if you were going to put me on the MAGA team, hypothetically, I'm on the part that I'm kind of pissed about this. I'm not saying yay America. I don't like this. This is not the America that I want to live in.
But it was kind of badass, wasn't it?
No, that's what the other thing I was going to say is it was totally badass. And what you're
saying, yeah.
I mean,
that's why I don't know how to feel about it.
No, hang on. No. The execution of it was badass. Like it was. That's undeniable. And I also agree with you that the way you describe the response of other countries is probably their response. But going back to something I was responding to Phil on earlier, is that that's not the way. Trump is a very powerful and influential political figure and a U.S. president. This is not how I want him to wield his power. I'd rather him wield his power through influence and negotiation and diplomacy and strategic partnerships and leveraging things more from a business perspective, not flexing military power. I'm pissed and frustrated about that because to me, I'm not a Trump guy, but I'm certainly glad he got elected over the alternative. And this is a betrayal to me, the way he's going about things, because months ago when Tony and Brendan would bring this up on the other show and we'd argue about it, I would say, because they would say, hey, he's not the peace president, this and that. And I'd say, and I was in a wait and see posture. Okay. Well, that's been wiped out completely. We're not in a wait and see posture because now he's invaded a sovereign country, kidnapped the president and his wife, and now he's added to the list 4 more countries where he's threatening to do the same. So I can't, and so I wouldn't have said I was defending him back then. I was saying I was waiting and seeing. I was in wait and see mode, just like I was on the tariffs and a lot of other things, because we're all arguing over things that Trump was doing in the first 60 to 90 days of his presidency. In my opinion, that was way too soon. Now we're a year in, right? And the wait and see period is if it's not over, it's wearing off very quickly. So at least on the peace president thing, it's over. We've waited and see, and now
I'm not going to go so far as to say he is very much a populist that will do anything to make himself more popular, but I'm not going to go so far as to say he's an imperialist, because he's also trying to pull back some conflicts while he's engaging in others that he knows will make him popular with his base.
Well, then he's got schizophrenia.
Not necessarily.
But
He's
that's
trying
not
to
what he-
end the war in Europe, and he's trying to get hegemony here in our hemisphere. Whether you agree with it or not, there is a certain level of logic to it.
Well, no, there's not, because
Again,
I'm fine. I'm fine with hegemony, and I recognize the value of that, and I recognize the value in United States being kind of the only world superpower. What I don't agree with, and I think this may be idealistic. I think you can have a form of hegemony, not just in your hemisphere, but really worldwide, without military action. I really do, because the
Eventually,
planet
soft power has to be backed up with hard power.
I don't
You
think
can't
so.
soft power your way into
But that's not how he ran, though. I mean, he ran as pretty much the anti-war candidate, and
That's right.
seems to be completely opposite, which
Correct.
I think that's really what's splitting.
This is very much like what Harvey Two-Face said. You either die the hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. But one thing I want to run by you guys is, let's see, Chicken's take on Empire was spot on. Seriously, if Trump does Brazil, he has China by the balls. I mean, here's what you guys need. I always have a lot of admiration
for the
for
whole hemisphere.
Well, I have a lot of admiration for libertarian ideology and libertarian philosophy.
No, you don't. You hate
is-
it. You think they're counterproductive to everything.
Well,
that
no,
is the
let me
two-party
finish.
system.
Let me finish
Oh my
here.
God, no!
It's
No,
never
no, you
tested,
don't
though.
have any respect
It's
for
something
it.
that
No.
because
just
it's
threw a
so
flag.
far.
Tony
it's
just threw a
so-
flag.
No, it's so far
I
from the
did.
ranges
That's
of
the yellow
actual
flag.
power that you never actually have anything tested. And this is something that I always have to maintain is it's very easy to, from the sidelines, say that we shouldn't have done that Monday morning quarterback. But I always say principles without power is poetry. It may be very beautiful to those who hold it, but without power, principles don't really have much actual utility. And so that's what I kind of caution these purity tests where, because it's not heaven on earth, that is the enemy. We're not going to have heaven on earth. We're not going to have perfection on this world until Jesus returns. Then we'll have heaven on earth, but not until then.
I agree with you, Phil. But listen, no one. I don't think anybody on the planet is disputing which country on planet Earth has the most military might. No one's arguing that. Okay.
We can.
The other thing is, but in general, I don't think that's a fight that people are having. No one's arguing that we whether or not we hold the most economic power. The U.S. dollar has been the U.S. the world reserve currency for decades now. So we hold economic power, we hold military power. If you hold that power, and by the way, who's number two? It's definitely not Russia.
It's China.
It's not even China. China is very fragile on a number of fronts. So listen, to me, if you
Who's
have
a bigger threat than China?
Even if you pretend that it's China and the U.S. is second, Russia's still a distant third.
Well, hang on a second. I'm not minimizing China's influence or power. I'm just saying we don't live in a world like we did 30 or 40 years ago, where there were arguably two or three. There weren't superpower back then. There were superpowers. Today there's superpower, and it's the United States. It just is. I know you could split hairs and have that argument or whatever. Let me come around to my main point. My point is we kind of are the world's established lone superpower, and we have been for a period of time now. So if you have that, you have the opportunity to maintain to this weird opportunity that is very unique at this time to maintain hegemony and not be an interventionist and have your military action be so limited it's almost non-existent. You do have that opportunity, and we're choosing not to do it. We're not choosing not to because
wouldn't that be so small it's almost non-existent? We were there for 3 hours, got the one guy that has international.
No. When I say almost non-existent,
and we put our own puppet inside it before breakfast. That's pretty minimal, dude.
No, it's maximum, because you just invaded a sovereign country and stole their leader, and then you added in the same day you added to the list 4 more countries that you threatened to do the same thing, and you're threatening to continue to align with Israel and bomb Iran soon. So but
all that other stuff hasn't happened yet. All we did was install our own puppet now that's willing to work with us.
Well, you're also
so we're actually everybody's a little safer in the whole hemisphere now.
But you're also continuing to fund.
Am I wrong? Is everybody in the hemisphere a little safer now? Yes or no?
From Venezuela?
I was gonna say Venezuelans, maybe
from
like
I
that's
never
from
felt
Venezuela,
threatened.
and now the cartel's a little weaker. Yeah, we're all a little bit better
What?
off today than we were yesterday.
safer?
No one was threatened by
Who?
Venezuela. That's
How
insane.
am I safer?
the
from
CIA
Venezuela?
the CIA back cartels de Sol. Yeah.
Well, yeah, apparently we're not
I-
backing them quite as much as we used to.
Yep.
If
Now, the
anything,
CIA,
we-
the Pentagon
we-
probably still is,
I
but the
don't-
Pentagon's
Yeah.
working against Trump at every turn.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on a second.
Okay.
So I'm gonna respond to Grow the Farm Up 2606. No, I don't think that the Venezuelans celebrating is a psyop. I think they're actually celebrating. But here's the thing. It's none of our
Most
business.
of that was AI.
It's none of our. It doesn't matter. Let's just say that those videos are real, and there's a huge portion of Venezuelans that are super excited and they love Trump and they're so glad he did that. Doesn't make it right. Doesn't make it right. We shouldn't have done it. It doesn't matter.
Right by whose
none of our
standards
business.
though? Ours or theirs?
Wow.
But it's none of our business.
So does Maduro have like a God-given right to rule?
Almost
Venezuela?
everything we do is
it,
not our.
Hold on. Is it Trump
Okay,
just
no, this
upset
I'm
because
curious.
is it Trump just upset because Maduro stole his election? Like Maduro won an election that he actually lost and somehow came away like with his presidency still, and Trump's like, how the fuck did he do that?
He's bad because the Juan Guaido coup didn't work.
But no, I'm really wondering, like, is there some innate right that he has to be the ruler of Venezuela and no leader can ever depose for any reason? Or is there a line that
He
leader can
lost
actually
an
cross?
election.
I would argue that that's a pretty good one. But like, I'm really just kind of asking, like, what is the ethical line? Is there ever a point where a leader can be deposed for any reason by
yes,
its people,
I'll answer that
or an outside entity?
I'll answer that question. If he's to be deposed, he's to be deposed by his own country, by the people in his own country. There's no justification of a country outside of his country deposing him. That's not how it works. So here's the other, because I got in this argument briefly with somebody online. Regrettably, I hate it when I get sucked into that, but it happened. But so here's on what principle did we invade Venezuela? So was it because we're trying to, we went after him because of drugs? We went after him because he's communist and communism's bad? Did we go after him because of humanitarian reasons? What are the principles under which
He had a machine gun. He had a machine gun.
got guns?
Yeah, he had a
'cause he's
machine gun.
bad guy?
Can I take this one?
Yes, please.
He fucked around and found out.
I have a point where I'm going with this. So if you've got a real answer, what
I have no real answer.
No.
what is so? Because I want to make a point with this. What does anybody have an opinion on what principles did we, even if they're auspicious?
Maduro didn't think Trump would do anything.
Right.
I know, but what was the provocation? Was it drugs? Was it communism? Was it that he was aligned with our enemies? What was the stated principle here?
Your guess is as good as mine. Narco-terrorism. That's what it was.
Cocksucking.
The thing they made, the word they made up to
2012. Narco-terrorism, drug trafficking, and corruption.
Okay, so whatever criteria you want to outline for that, the question is then, okay, by that criteria, are we now then going to invade every other country that fits that criteria?
No.
Well, we
Why
didn't
not?
invade.
We're
them.
not going to invade. We're just going to snatch up their leader in the middle of the night.
Whatever.
And spirit
Are
them
we
away back to the United States?
Are we going to identify every country on planet Earth that fits that criteria, and we're going to do to them what we just did to Venezuela? Is that the new plan?
Yeah, world's police, baby. Let's do this.
Right. That's what I'm.
Back to doing that.
Apparently,
It's Bush era
Can I
2.0.
put a bad
2.0.
Neocons.
Can I do another controversial take real quick?
Yes.
So the Venezuelan vice president that really looks like she made a deal with Trump that like, hey, like if you take him, I'll take over. Another reason why we shouldn't have women in power.
There it is. There it is.
I just
Sorry,
I
had to say
missed
it.
you guys. I missed you.
Phil, you seem like the one person on here that supports this action. Maybe not fully, but maybe the most support of anybody on this panel of people.
It's support because there's no alternative because it happened.
Well, but I'm just saying. Let's say.
Well, like I wouldn't have personally done it.
I support
but,
the badassery.
Like, yeah, it's
The
one of those. Like,
efficiency
I
is
do
great.
acknowledge it was pretty badass.
I
it was
accept
efficient.
I accept it.
Way more
like,
efficient.
It sucks. I don't like it. But
It's kind of
it
like
is what
when
it is.
bombed Iran. I was not happy about it. I wouldn't have supported it. I wouldn't have done it if I was in the White House. But I do have to acknowledge that, yes, we are actually all safer today than we were the day before.
I don't feel any
program is
safer
now
from
defeated.
Venezuela.
Even I know you're trying to make a
The same
basic
goes with Venezuela. Now that the cartels are weakened, now that
my
communism
God.
is weakened.
I feel like fucking
communism's
George.
supposed to be a bad thing. Remember?
Oh, I'm
How
not
I
people
feel
worried
like
about
hold on.
countries.
You're doing the
no goddamn threat.
You're doing the George Bush. We're gonna fight them over there so we don't have to fight them here. Bullshit. Fuck off, dude.
Yep.
Fuck's sake. Oh my God. Venezuela
Okay.
was such an American
My
fucking
oil, bro.
imposing- Yeah. Venezuela was the
Bad
offspring
thing,
of the giant
remember?
of America.
We've degraded communism worldwide. It's a good
Right.
day, whether I support the move or not. We're all
Holy
still
shit.
better
Yeah.
off than
A
we were
guy
the day
in the
before.
fucking hills trying to live off the grid. Oh, he's a communist. We got to take
So
him
Phil-
out. Fucking Ruby Ridge and Randy Weaver. Thank God we killed
Even
that.
if it's a
son of
move
bitch.
I wouldn't
He was a
personally do,
threat
we
to
still have to
democracy.
acknowledge we're all better
Christ
off with less
sake.
commies
No,
in power,
God.
regardless
No.
of how we got there.
They're
I'm
just going
not
to put a
anti-
different commie in power.
I'm not-
It's not like they
Yeah,
changed.
I was like, his vice president's
Significantly
taking
less
over.
co-
It's the
the more they're a
same
US
fucking
puppet,
administration.
the less
It's the
power
same
they're gonna be.
administration.
It's by degree, it's not by totality.
Oh my
Again,
God.
you're making the
Nothing's
not
gonna
even
change
measurable.
except
But by
for
degree,
the
we have
sanctions on the
access to
fucking
some
country are
economy.
high.
Yeah.
Everything's
This is not
fucking gonna
even
be shit for
measurable.
the people there. The fucking goddamn all these citizens are gonna suffer. Like
fucking
how can
freak.
like
As
after
opposed to
after
how
you
much
take
they were
a
suffering under Maduro, at least we're gonna have some sanctions lifted.
Oh,
You
yeah,
don't even
so
know.
Have
let's
some
take
increased
suffering and
economic
let's
activity in the years to
fucking
come.
multiply
idea.
it. Fuck.
Folks, this is what the chat is like.
You have
Yeah,
no
basically
idea.
just 3-4 people
Okay.
yelling at me, and
You
I
are-
come
that is
take all
that is
comers,
a
and
gross
it's very
fucking,
unfair for the other four.
assumption about what they are experiencing. You have no fucking clue what the people of Venezuela are experiencing. None of us have any fucking
Hey.
clue.
Listen,
Tony,
No,
he
none of
knows.
us.
listen. I think
Tony, he knows.
we can all
Gee-
agree this is Israel's fault.
Yeah.
Well, everybody but Phil.
Okay.
Everybody
Okay.
but Phil can agree to that.
Jesus told Phil what it's like to be a Venezuelan. Okay.
Right. We're
No,
all better
just
off according to
film and-
Phil.
I've
'Cause
actually talked to
we
several people who have
captured
been on mission
Maduro.
trips
Jesus.
inside of
I
Cuba,
told you.
and-
I fucking told you. Jesus Christ.
Well, no.
Fuck's
So it's just inside of
I was-
communist
I was
countries.
joking,
it's pretty
but thanks,
dire,
Phil.
guys.
The non-threat that communism was yesterday is still the same non-threat that it was today, and it has nothing to do with taking down fucking Venezuela. Jesus Christ. Is this
Cartels are weakened,
seriously
global
the
communism is weakened.
participation ribbons?
These are all
that we
things you do have to
fucking
acknowledge.
deal with now. This
And
is
so
how
they're-
bad the second.
So, like I
term of
said,
Trump
even if
is
it's a
going.
strike
In the
I would have
first
personally
year-
done,
in the
I can
first
acknowledge
year
what
of
the
Trump's
positives
second
are.
term. This is how sad the participation trophy is getting. We took out communism, folks. We took down Venezuela.
That's supposed to be a good thing.
You
Remember?
took down
Like
the
Happy fucking
most
Meal.
conservative
Jesus
communist
Christ.
fucking leader ever. The dude banned gay marriage, he banned abortions. Like what do you want
My
from a communist
God.
country?
Rest of a bad bunch. Like
He got rid of
Literally, this guy sounds
transgenderism.
like Trump's best fucking friend, or the conservatives like nest egg. What
wouldn't
the
allow
fuck?
interest on loans, guys. Come on, you know that's not true.
My God. What a
Yeah, he got rid of
bastard.
usury. Dude,
Are we
what
sure
the
this guy
fuck?
was actually
What are you-
communist?
Phil, why
or
are
was
you
this
hold on.
just media
This is
narrative?
like this is gonna get meta real quick. Phil, what's your fucking problem with getting rid of usury?
The market coordinates time with interest.
So
What?
you're okay with 40% interest on loans?
Well, no, that's probably a bit too much.
20%?
I think anything into the teens is getting a little much.
Okay, almost all credit card. The average credit card, I think, is 22% fucking interest rate. That's usury. That's fucking awful. Like, what's the government do to
So
like?
do you think
Okay, we can get into
there should be
student
no
debt.
interest
You want to
first?
get into student debt? Like, what's the fucking interest payments on fucking FAFSA loans? That's usury.
Yeah.
I never got any student loans. I went to community college for a while.
Oh, you know about them though. You know about them. We all know
You
people
still
that have
paid
fucking,
for them.
yeah.
Phil got real quiet.
No, I just didn't want to get into
Phil
my
was trying to
finance
shit
in
on
college.
usury earlier, and I just wanted to call him out on it because, like, yeah, it's predatory and it's fucking awful.
It can
like,
be just like
as-
anything else.
as
like
a
any
libertarian-
concept, like any financial
As a
instrument, it can
libertarian,
be,
if there
obviously.
is a government regulation
But
in
they
place,
exist for a
I
reason
think it
because the
should
market
be
coordinates
fuck
time with
interest rates on fucking loans.
Chicken,
Like,
he
the-
respects libertarianism.
no, he
I was about
doesn't.
to say every banker, every money obsessed libertarian would agree with me. That yes, the market does coordinate time with interest. Like Chicken, if you want to borrow, like let's say I borrow $1,000 from you, you're like, okay, I want you to pay me back at least $1,300. So I actually have something that I gain from this money not
That
being
makes sense.
available to me for some time. Okay?
Within
That-
reason.
of course. And so whatever what
Depends
that
on the
within
time.
reason is very much up for debate. Okay. Some loans, some very small loans might be a huge interest rate. It might be like I've seen people loan like $40 from a pawn shop and they got to pay back 60. Okay. That's a very big,
So
but
Phil,
it's
Phil,
such a
what we're
small
talking,
loan.
Well, in
I
that
know,
case, thank
I know,
God
I
we
know.
took
You're going to
down
go
the
into
railroad.
all these different examples. I'm going to tell you what happens today is an 18-year-old kid will get a fucking credit card with a $10,000 fucking limit, and they'll fucking charge 29% fucking interest on it and fuck him over. You're never going to pay that back. At 18 years old, you get $10,000 fucking credit. You're not smart enough. Your fucking education system that our fucking taxes paid for didn't teach you anything about goddamn fucking like basic math and how to fucking run a goddamn checkbook. Like my kid's in accounting class right now, and I talked to him about like having a checkbook, and he's fucking like, what the fuck are you talking about, Dad? Like they don't teach that shit.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
fucking ban paycheck advance. That's the same thing as a
Paycheck
credit card
advance,
today,
like,
dude.
Yeah,
It's the
exactly
same
the
fucking
thing.
paycheck advance was the same shit as today's
Exactly.
credit cards. Fucking credit cards. When I first got my first credit card,
Whose
it was
fault
like
is it that they can't do math? Okay, I'm sorry, but it's like
well, nobody fucking taught them how to pay attention to it. Okay, I can't teach 250 million fucking kids how to pay attention to that. But like my first credit card was like a 12% interest rate. All the offers I get now with good credit are fucking 21%. With good credit. Are you fucking serious?
Cover Crop voted for this. Cover Crop's
You
happy with
voted
our
for high
51st
interest
state.
rates on credit cards and usury.
It's not good.
I'm thinking the 51st state is what Cover Crop voted for. It's like
That's fair.
now think about it. We can now go to Venezuela on beachside resorts. It'll be great. It'll be the best.
Yeah, just put
Yes,
it on your
Chris.
credit card and
And
fly
we'll
over
make
there.
that call
And you'll
on
pay
Chris.
for it in 10 fucking years.
Chris has a comment.
Well, the only thing that thank you, Tony.
You're
I just
welcome.
wanted to say two things before we
Sorry,
go.
I'm a little passionate about that.
No,
No,
you should be.
that was great. We can come back to that in just a moment. I just wanted to button my point with two things. One is when everything just erupted just now, everyone finally got to witness the chat because that's what the chat is.
Bravo. Yep.
Usually Phil says something and everyone erupts at Phil. It's been really fun to watch.
Mhm.
Here's the second point. So Phil, when you went on your monologue there regarding Venezuela, I'm going to assume that wasn't sarcasm, that those were sincere remarks, and you're holding sincere positions. Is that right?
100%. Well, which ones are you talking about?
Yeah.
Like, I was about to say, be more specific, man.
He's like,
There's-
oh,
there's
bullshit.
the-
Add the caveat.
It's sort of musical. It kind of flows, man. So,
All right,
so
all
which
right,
one are you
but
talking about?
you said a lot of things around when everything erupted a few minutes ago, and you made a lot of comments around the justification. What I'll say are the justifications for and the good things that have come out of what just happened in Venezuela. Right? You made a lot of comments about that.
Okay, yeah. I will be frank that yes, communism is a huge enemy to the West.
I just want to know if your
one time-
comments were sincere or sarcastic.
what I was saying, and this is my full position. And so
Okay.
let me unpack this for 30 seconds.
Okay.
I would not have done this strike. I would not have supported doing so if I was in the White House. It's not what I would have done. With it being done, I can acknowledge positives that have come out of it. Many of them being the cartels are now significantly weakened, and international communism is now significantly weakened worldwide. And those are things that, even though this is something I would not have personally done, those are positives that you can derive from them. You can hold both those thoughts in your head at the same time. That's my position.
Show of hands. Who is worried about Venezuelan communism?
Okay, we'll take a vote in just a minute because I like that idea.
No, I like just show of hands. So 1 out of 5.
Fucking liar, Phil.
Okay, yeah.
All right. The other thing is
Venezuela.
I'm voting like a
never
Democrat.
crossed your fucking mind. Got it. Yeah.
The other
You
thing
need
is,
like 5 dead people behind you.
Hang
by
on,
the way.
let me get a leg up. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, even as you outline your position, I'm not even sure if I agree with any of those points. But let me make my point, and we can dissect those as much as you want.
Go ahead.
To me, all of the things that you're when you outline your position, and when you were ranting or not ranting, when you were monologuing earlier, when things
No, you were right, ranting.
all of those. The point that I'm going to make is a very common point, especially if you're on the libertarian side of things. You can come up with any justification you want to just have ongoing military actions or wars or whatever label you want to put on it. So you could say, we're gonna push back communism, we're gonna fight the drug war, we're gonna, he's a bad guy, humanitarian things. Like there's an endless. You can just keep churning and coming up with an endless list of justifications so that you can just keep on marching from one country to the next, doing things that you shouldn't be doing. And so it doesn't matter. I don't agree with that what you said is even true necessarily, but even if it is true, it's not a justification because it never gets used that way.
I said I wouldn't have done the invasion myself, but I can acknowledge what the positives can be from this action already done.
Well, fair, but I'll give you one negative, and it's probably the biggest negative. What it does is it justifies keep doing it, the continuation of doing this over and over again. That's what we're going to say every single time.
I think if there would have been some legitimate life loss on this this operation on our side, that would have been. You do not like it or not, but whether you like it or not, we need to acknowledge something. Our media cares way more about one kid from Ohio dying in an operation than the 50,000 people he died trying to protect.
I know, but
that is the reality of our situation. So even if the one person had died in the media's eyes, we'd have been screwed. And so we're not going to lose anybody going into Greenland. That's going to be a treaty, if anything. And so
if we would have let that one transgender kid take those drugs and chop their dick off,
but
it would have just saved everything.
Phil, as a Christian, you understand this better than anybody else in this group, that all lives are created equally.
Yes, we're all made in God's holy image, but that doesn't change how it's portrayed here on this world.
I know, but
so you do have to take that into account when you're talking about international politics.
I acknowledge that, but when you say
so you're okay with sinning,
I acknowledge I understand what you're saying, but you can't say no significant life lost and consider 0 Americans a win. But
you just didn't let me finish. No significant life loss on our side.
I'm a bunny now,
it doesn't matter.
And I'm thankful that Venezuela has been taken care of, slaughtered, and condemned. And now
I was hoping Biden was going to show up.
Oh.
Phil, a life is a life, and the fact that 40 or 50 or 60 or however many people died in that strike is a horrible tragedy.
That's not in dispute.
So it's just
I didn't dispute that at any point. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm just saying that when it comes to how the American media is going to portray it and how the general public, boy,
ladies, gentlemen,
well, the architect of that,
the 46th president of the United States, Joe Biden, has entered the room.
No, you do it right. Do it right.
Thank you.
You want
What a fucking joke.
Mr.
Boo.
Former President, how are you doing? It's been a while. We haven't talked to you.
What are you talking about, former?
But yeah, well, you're not president anymore.
Not once you're president for life. And it really doesn't matter if that's in question or not on the legitimacy of your presidency. So thank you.
Okay. Okay. So did you attack Venezuela and capture Maduro then?
No, but here's the thing. Had I done that, Rooster, I want you to know, had I done that, the body count would have been tenfold higher. I promise you. Donald Trump is so ineffective in his position. He went in there. The casualties on the American side, basically nothing.
And they didn't.
Yeah,
they didn't
that's
even kill any
amazing.
kids, you know.
Look, I can't believe I've explained this to you, Grandpas Worldwide. Look, had we gone in there in my term, the death toll would have been so much higher, just like my voter turnout when I was running for president. 800 million. I guarantee it.
800 million.
Mr. President,
Yes,
if I may, I think the other thing that you're probably very
Yes, sir.
disappointed
Yes,
in-
Tofu, you had a question.
I do. Thank you, sir. So the other thing that I would think that you really object to is that look how hasty Trump was. He got in and out in 3 hours. You would have stretched that out for at least 3 years.
Well, I mean, look, we just had the
What's the rush?
Look, we had the series finale of Stranger Things. You gotta unleash these things at a slower pace.
Exactly.
Okay, you can't just dump these things on people like a TikTok. I understand the new generation. You know, their attention span's a little bit shorter. Here's the thing: you stretch these things out, you make people really get invested in them, and you can really control. I mean, you can really divide them. I mean, you can really engage them properly.
So, Joe, got a question from the audience here, Joe. Are you
Pat.
saying that dead Venezuelans voted for you?
I mean, who's not voting for Joe Biden? I mean, I think we established that. We talked about this.
Living, dead, registered, unregistered.
Right,
you know,
that's right.
all kinds of folks.
That's what I've always said. That's what I've always said.
Joe, I do want to say,
You
though.
voted for me 3 times, Fat.
Damn. Joe, there is one more thing that the audience did want to get from you was that there's a very common thing. I know you're
fans yet. Don't go there.
Yeah. This is a big OnlyFans and TikTok thing. People want
Understand.
you to do put your hand over your chest and throw it out and say, "My heart goes out to you."
No, I get it. You know,
It's a very popular thing. Like all the cool kids are doing it right now, and that's how you get a lot of
you and to you and to you and to you and
Wow. You just covered 40 years of pop culture in 10
Wow,
seconds.
yeah.
Now Macarena.
yeah, you call Trump efficient. Look at me, motherfucker.
Joe,
Jack.
I hope you enjoyed your only term. Like I told you,
You know,
Like an asshole.
Had I been in high school with Trump, I'd have taken him out back in the woodshed and would have given him an old whooping. What I said one time.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I remember that.
Mr. President, I'd like to go on a bike ride with you and get some ice cream.
Tandem or not?
No, definitely not. Mm-mm.
Oh.
I'm gonna ride on your handlebars.
Popcorn, is that you?
He was a bad dude.
Bad dude.
Yep.
Bad dude.
Grow the farm up says
retirement's doing
Hail
me good.
Macarena.
You know, I'm glad
I
you
think it's
asked,
Isle.
Rooster.
Isle
Thanks,
Macarena.
you dick.
I'm sorry.
Joe.
Did you ask a question?
No, I was waiting for you to, but obviously you're such a shitty interviewer.
Wow, taking shots.
Damn, dude. I like everybody was asking you questions. I was going through comments, bro. Take
So,
chill
Joe, what went
Next
through
time
your
you want to ask
mind?
me a question, you look me in the eye.
Joe, I got to know what went through your mind on Inauguration Day when Trump was inaugurated for a second time, and you went to shake Barron Trump's hand, and Barron Trump said, "You forgot to pardon yourself."
Why would I do such a thing like that? Like, I mean, my God, you look who's in jail now. My God, why would I pardon myself? I mean,
Could you
my
not
son-
auto pen pardon yourself?
My son, he's out there. He's just living life. He's a great artist. Hillary, she's just doing her thing. Bill Clinton, inspiration. I mean, like
What about
everybody.
Dr. Fauci?
He's just out there experiencing the vastness of the wild. It's amazing. I mean, why would we pardon anybody? That would imply guilt, and that's not what this presidency was about.
You know, Mr. President, I'm surprised because this is far more coherent than you were for your entire presidency.
Well, look, I like to save it for the important things, Jack. And here's the deal: there's nothing ever been more important than appearing on the Dog and Chicken Show.
Yeah.
And even though Rooster over here has been a Biden bully in the past, I like to come over and I like to show him that I'm just as coherent and I'm just as quick and I'm as sharp as a sticky tack. You know the thing with the it's like the Play-Doh they put on the back of the laminate.
Yeah,
big word. Didn't think I knew that one, did you, Rooster?
Yeah, that's a little outdated. I don't think anybody's bought sticky tack in like.
Yeah, well,
20
you're
years.
gay. Anyway.
There's
okay, I can say that now. I can say that. Trump brought that back.
Yeah, you can say gay and retard now.
That's right, because he stole the election from me.
You dropped out, Joe.
No, I didn't. No, we talked about
You
it.
endorsed Kamala and dropped out.
Look, I don't care about Doris. I don't even know who Doris is. Who the hell is Doris?
You endorsed Kamala and dropped out.
Look, I like a nice white Russian with Kahlua. It's nice. It's fine.
Do you remember who Kamala is?
Ooh.
Do you know who Kamala Harris is?
I don't think we need to talk about my grooming methods.
All right, there you go, folks. There is your 46th president of these United States. Anything you want to say to the people before we let you go, Joe?
Yeah. You just look out for presidency 45.
Oh, we will do that. We definitely will do that.
Because I'm coming back.
You take care of that cancer, sir.
Better than ever.
And God bless you and hope you live out the rest of your years in peace.
I'll do it right here at the Dog and Chicken Show.
Fuck yeah.
My neck fat.
With your neck fat.
Play my music. Bitch.
I gotta fucking find it. God damn it.
I wish
know how
you
to
would,
give
because it would have been way more dramatic if you'd hit it.
All right.
Oh yeah, Mulvaney 316 says I just lost you $5 billion. And if you're not down with the LMFAO plus community, give me an old Joe, yeah.
Tony, you missed Joe.
What?
Again, you always miss Joe Biden.
The journalism. No, I was in Minnesota just a second ago.
Did you make a lot of money?
No.
No,
I'm back. I'm back here, so obviously not.
Maybe next time you'll catch Joe.
All right, fellas, let's wrap this bitch up. What are your final thoughts on the night, especially when it comes to Venezuela?
Don't everybody yell at once.
Well, I will go ahead.
Brandon.
No, Phil, you let Brendan talk. He tried all night.
Feels like nobody's talking. I'm gonna just talk for a long time.
I think I've said all.
Alan, I think I. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Reflexive.
I think I've said my piece. I don't think we should have done it. I don't care how awesome it was that they were in and out. I don't know. I'm just I was at the beginning of this the presidency. I was cautiously optimistic that he was actually going to end the important wars, not these random ones that he's claiming that he ended, like the actual important ones that we're actually funding. Those. And I feel like he's going in the complete wrong direction, and Venezuela just proves it again. So, yeah.
Fair enough. Chris?
I mean, I really agree with everything Brendan just said, and I would add that the thing that makes it even more concerning is not only did he just do this thing that, in my opinion, is completely unjustifiable, but now he's issued a list of countries that he seems like he's threatening to do something similar, which that's completely insane. And like Brendan said, he's going in the complete opposite direction of what he represented and said he was going to do. And I think it's a betrayal of his supporters. And I really think he largely got elected on many things, on the economy and the border and those sorts of things. But this was a big part of his platform, and this is a massive betrayal, in my opinion.
Yeah. Good night.
Good night, Steve.
Well, Tony will catch up with you later for sure.
Let me say one more thing, if you don't mind.
Yeah,
I still think that there's a handful of things that I'm willing to be in wait and see mode, and what I'm hoping, what I am cautiously optimistic on, is that, well, one, obviously I hope that the Democrats don't win the midterm and take back any power, because I think it's better if they don't. Not, plenty of criticism that we've outlined tonight of Trump, and he's well deserved, but I still think it's a better country. We're in a better world if the Democrats don't prevail in the midterms. And I am willing to maintain cautious optimism that by the time that Trump ends this term, that we can pretty clearly say that on a net basis, we're in a better place. We can easily say we're in a better place than we were when he started, and certainly than we were with the previous administration, and better than what the alternative would have been, which is Kamala Harris, which obviously would have been an unmitigated disaster on monumental proportions. So as I look ahead, I'm hopeful and I'm cautiously optimistic. And obviously I hope that JD Vance or whoever, prevails over a Democratic candidate. We're going to have similar complaints. We can come back 3 years from now and have a very similar live stream probably, but even that on a net basis is going to be better than the alternative.
Should I do the awkward Kamala laugh now?
Please. And by the way, I can't wait for the 2020 election, because it seems like it's going to be a Democratic feeding frenzy, and I can't wait to see Kamala come back and do her word salad thing, and Gavin Newsom do his thing, and just the cavalcade of insane people that are going to try to capture the nomination. I'm here for that. I want to see it.
Meanwhile,
I'll go next. We can I talked about the imperialism thing. I really do fear that might be where we're going. At the same time, I have to have some appreciation of how this played out, because it does kind of project some strength, which I think this country needed. I think that citizens, I don't think the rest of the world gives a fuck most of the time, but I think a lot of citizens needed to know that this country can fucking do some crazy shit. We all think about it. We all see the conspiracy theories. We all speculate. But when you go, oh shit, that just happened, and then they kind of like share the details. We went a little too far with it. We're a little too verbose, like leaving the van door open as you're driving Maduro through New York City. You get a picture of them. Some weird shit like that. Like, you don't need the photo ops like that. Like, you
you
did
need
enough.
the photo ops.
Oh
You
my
do.
God, they give them so many photo ops. So like, if you're gonna do something like that, like, as much as I hate that they did it, that's the way to do it. I still totally disavow it. Fucking hate the whole goddamn thing. I think like literally kidnapped a president of a country is a fucking, like, when you say it that way, it's a fucking weird way to think about things.
Especially if you reverse
If you say it like that, sure, it sounds bad.
but especially if you reverse it.
Yeah, well, and exactly, and then you
Weird.
reverse it and say somebody kidnapped our president, which, holy shit, like, if you think about if that happened to us, what the fuck would happen?
You think they don't try almost every day?
No,
You
I
think that there's
well,
not
no,
plots
I
against our
don't.
No,
president
they
almost
don't.
every day?
Jesus.
No,
You
they
think there
don't.
isn't?
No.
No,
Silly,
No.
silly rabbits. Tricks are for kids.
it'd be silly to try. I
Jesus
think there's
Christ.
more.
Yeah, and I
internal-
try to.
Did you
I
see when
try to-
Putin and Kim Jong Un were like together and they were toasting and neither of them would take a drink of the one? Like, yeah, there's people that are plotting
Well,
against
yeah,
every world leader
always-
every
anyway.
single day.
All right, moving on. Jesus
And every
Christ,
day
can't
I
wait to
try
hear
to be
your
the
Phil's
most
fucking
fastest
final
fucking
goddamn thing.
triathlon athlete of all time. But every day I fail.
Okay.
Anyway,
A
fuck.
was that?
I don't even know what the fuck I was saying anymore. Cheers, folks. I'm happy to be here. This was fun. Tony, go ahead.
No, I'll wait.
All right,
You want to
folks.
respond to Phil?
Well, as we're known to say around here, all that being said, thank you. This has been quite an evening with you, gentlemen, and with all you folks at home. I am Phil KOE of KOE Nation on YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Twitter. That's KOE Nation, the place to find me, the place for you, the place for me, the place for us to all come together as one big KOE Nation family. I can't wait to see you right back here at Big Buckin' Empire. Happy, healthy, much the wiser as we discuss the potential expansions of the American empire. And this will be the place to get all those updates. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a family member, tell a random wrong number that they call you on the phone. Tell everybody that you possibly meet that Big Buckin' Empire on YouTube.
How dare you?
YouTube, Facebook, where you need to be. God bless. Travel well.
I know I'm gonna sleep better tonight knowing that I cared so little about Venezuela that now I can care even less about Venezuela. So yeah. And their communism. I know the world is a better place now because of it. This was much needed. This was wonderful. This was a long time coming. And folks, I beg of you, I plead of you, follow everybody's socials or podcasting, live streaming iterations, whether it be the Big Buckin' Empire, the KOE Nation, the Dads Worldwide, or Gravity Beards, or Linktree/Tony the Rod, or my OnlyFans. Go there and follow all of it because it's the right thing to do. And if you don't, you're no better than a dirty communistic Venezuelan. So that being said,
that's pretty fair, actually.
No, it's very fair. It's very, very fair.
And don't forget Dark Side of the Fringe.
Yes, of course it'll come back when we decide to start dropping episodes again. Yeah. So yeah,
Well,
Linktree /
we gotta record episodes again.
We have like 4 episodes that just haven't dropped.
Dude, I planned them all. Did they not drop?
No.
I scheduled them.
No, they didn't drop.
I scheduled them to drop.
For like the last 3 for like the last 4 months we've had like 3 episodes drop.
You should have said something because
I feel like I have.
I scheduled all of them to drop.
We definitely couldn't talk about this after we stopped.
No,
Oh
the folks need to know.
No.
Hey, this is how
Anyway,
the soft-
check out Dark Side of the Fringe for episodes that might drop someday.
And definitely give us your input on what you'd like to hear. If that could, okay. Anyway, so yeah.
Anyway, folks, as always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us. This has been an awesome show. 3 hours in. I'm surprised it went this long, but
I'm not.
Jesus Christ,
we could go another
I'm
two.
actually not. We could
Not
probably
tonight.
do another 2 or 3, but not tonight.
Well, it's coming like we've talked about at the top of the show. We'll do this a little more regularly, but don't look for it every week.
Well, Chicken's gonna post his hunting schedule, and then we'll have a better idea when we're gonna do this next.
Right. I mean, I think he's pretty worn out on cock, so yeah.
All right,
65, baby.
Before we cut out, I would just throw one thing out there. Please jump on dadsworldwide.com. Click on the leave a voicemail link.
Yes.
Let us know what you think of this episode or any episode. We want to hear your opinions, and we'll listen to it. You can do it anonymously too, and we'll listen to it on the show and discuss it on the show.
Dadsww.com, bottom right. Go leave voicemail.
Brennan, I'm glad you said that, because if somebody wants a response back to some opinion of this stream, they're going to get a much quicker response there, because we're doing that a lot more frequently than we're doing the streams.
Also,
that's fair.
Yeah.
So if you want quick feedback, do what Brendan said.
Hit us up. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
That's it, folks. As always, appreciate you. Love you. We'll see you next time. Tony, take it away.
This was a long time coming, folks. Thank you for sticking with us, and thank you, and we will catch you on the next one. We love you.
And see if it just smooths itself out.
Back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you. Raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down. Let you down slow. It's hard to survive.